welcome everyone to Totally Online Gaming Group. We're glad you guys could join us for episode 86 of Atavar Ascension.
Yeah, here 86.
86. We're getting up there. So, as always, before we get started, got to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. If you are watching on Twitch or on YouTube, the links for the sponsors should have just popped up in the chat windows there, so you can follow those links. But there's Critical Hit Gaming Supplies. Go check them out. They're a great company, locally owned here in Central Florida, family-owned company. They are primarily a convention business, and they are going to be at Dragon Con and Gen Con this year, as always. And then, of course, MegaCon, we already were at. But Oscar and I will be with them up at Gen Con for sure. You guys on Dragon Con too?
Right, if the job, my job works out probably.
All right, so
both of those were words.
yeah,
Sure, I'm hungry.
and perfect timing for Jen to come in. So,
Just get her.
but go check them out, www.criticalhitgamingsupplies.com. And if you see something you like, make sure you use discount code TOGG15 to get 15% off your purchase. Also, check out FanRoll. FanRoll is a great company. They got some pretty awesome products. Go check them out. And make sure you use the link down in the Twitch or YouTube comments. Our link, it'll also be in the comment section of the videos on YouTube and stuff. Use that link, and that way, if you decide to purchase something, that'll help support the channel, and we really appreciate that. And last but not least, SideQuest Cards and Games, who had an amazing event this last weekend. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about SideQuest Cards and Games and all the fun? No. Okay, never mind. I guess that's a screw me. Okay.
It's me, Zachary, from SideQuest Cards and Games.
Who?
Zachary.
Cares?
SideQuest Cards and Games. Anyways, SideQuest Cards and Games just had their SideQuest Minicon, and it was a resounding success. Thank you to everyone who came out and participated in the event. I know we had the whole Atavar crew in.
At some point.
Yeah, not at the same time.
But
Well, they were there.
Maybe next year we'll have an Atavar Ascension panel. We can talk about our stories and reflect on our...
Answer questions about
at
the
this
characters.
point, 4 years with the campaign,
Yeah.
I think, at that time.
Oh.
Ouch, right?
Yeah, too many.
But regardless, our next con will be Dice Tower East, I believe, which is going to be 4th of July weekend in the Caribe Royale. If you love board games, go ahead and check that out. Buy your tickets. It's a hugely fun and exciting event.
With cheese.
We'll be unveiling our life-size pandemic board, which is 30 by 22 feet.
that sounds right.
Wow.
It is huge, handmade by us. Otherwise, we sell dice trays, all your other RPG gaming accessories, TCG, just expanding into Yu-Gi-Oh! Or not Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was
Pokemon.
like, since
gonna say,
when?
Yeah, sorry, the better card game.
Whoa. You could say Magic is better, but the minute you say Pokemon's a better card.
They're made by Wizards. Regardless, thank you all so much. Please enjoy the program.
All right. Does anyone else have any other announcements?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay. So before we continue on, just a quick announcement, letting you know, thanks to Day Job Stuff, there will be no Atavar Ascension occurring for the next couple weeks. Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
blame Jason.
yeah, it's my day job. Sorry, guys. But that being said, the next session will be April 29th. So we, after this one, we will see you on the 29th, and hopefully we'll have some fun then.
I will not be here. That'll be my graduation day.
That'll be Oscar's graduation, so he will not be here. Maybe we will have a substitute guest at that time then, since we have a little bit of advanced warning on that.
Better Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar 2.
Oscar 2.0. All right.
Cooler.
The cooler Oscar.
Fuck you. You're cool.
But
He says you're cool every time. This feels
Yeah.
scripted.
it does. But
cool.
that'll be our next session after this one. So we hope to see you at that point. And as always, once we get started, just remember that if you are watching on YouTube and you decide to super chat something, you can affect the game. You can pretty much say whatever, as long as it's not going to be completely game breaking, but it can be out there, it can be wild, it can be crazy. Yes, sir.
How much to give gold the deck of many things?
How much to give gold the deck of many things? Ooh, because of how dangerous and game breaking that is, I'd say that's got to be $100 at least.
You fucking joking?
$100
This
super
whole
chat.
Multi-year campaign for $100.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100. We can all give $20 and just end this right now.
Fuck.
No.
Fuck.
No. But okay, maybe I multiply that by 10. But
How much to give Leon a really nice Philly cheesesteak sub?
$1, and then you DoorDash it.
I'll
to
give you
yourself.
$1.50 to
So-
take it away.
I wasn't asking for me. I was asking for Leon.
Well, yeah, you gotta DoorDash it so you can get
Whatever
it. and you can
Jimmy
eat.
John's will deliver. in the
Medieval
dungeon.
DoorDash.
Medieval DoorDash. Anyway,
The old
if you're
dash.
watching on YouTube, you can super chat to affect the game. Things as simple as, hey, I want to give the entire team advantage on their next roll, or I want to give the DM advantage on the next couple rolls, or I want to see Leon jump on top of the creature's head, dance a jig, and then speak bad Russian accent for the rest of the game. Stuff like that. You can also do the same thing if you're watching on Twitch by donating Twitch bits. But anyway,
This is how I talk now.
anyway, that
to withdraw
is
my take.
that is
I
it for our
always have
announcement.
Russian.
Duh.
So without further ado, we bring you Atavar Ascension.
I took too long to get to my phone.
Okay,
He also got me
all right.
into.
So we're back.
Yo, fucking nice.
Yeah, she's right.
Anyway,
Bullshit.
where we last left off,
I didn't get to.
the party had returned from the Feywild
With no perception long.
after
That's not very nice.
taking out Lord Shadowbane
She resisted.
and, as far as they can
Nice.
tell, stopping the second to last rod placement. But there is one more. They know it is happening at one of the ley line intersections on the continent of TOGG. A very, very hostile place that is basically swarming with warrior tribes of orcs that not only are dangerous in themselves, but very dangerous together because they don't always like each other and violence tends to erupt and anyone in the vicinity is fair game.
Bullshit.
There is also a lot of wildlife on TOGG that is not very friendly. It's
It's dragons.
dragons. There's dragons. Plus other things.
I was thinking more along the lines of.
Okay, that's enough.
There could be dinosaurs on top. Gold hasn't seen them yet, but
I was
Yes.
referencing Dune.
Yes.
I think.
I thought
All right.
that was the
Okay.
dinosaur thing.
All right.
Real.
So yes, please.
Same
So they did get transported thanks to Sam Witch, who teleported them to a location on TOGG that he knew of that was as close as they could hope for to one of the two ley line locations, which they don't know which one is the target of where that rod placement is going to be. But it happened to be their target of where they landed was inside a volcano. Semi-active volcano. Not actively exploding, but it's not quite dormant really either. There's lava moving around down below, kind of flowing around. And they started making their way through a tunnel that they found near where they popped in. Sam then, of course, dipped, said, "I'll see you guys later." And they began their journey down, down, down into
Goblin
the
Town.
mountains.
Technically, yeah.
They eventually found themselves at the doors to what appeared to be some kind of dwarven civilization. One that obviously hasn't had anything living walking through its halls in a very, very long time. As they made their way through some of the halls, disturbing the dust, which they later found out was actually a layer, very thick layer, of ash. And from some of the information they were able to glean, it appears that the volcano erupted, and these tunnels were blasted with the ash and what for those of you who know about volcanoes, the pyroclastic cloud of ash and debris and everything blasted its way through these halls and essentially choked out everything in existence. Also, they did find some, well, completely blocked passageways that were obviously blocked off as lava intruded into them and then eventually cooled and solidified, essentially becoming rock blocking these hallways, or at least one so far. They make their way through several of them and find themselves going through a room that is approximately 20 by 20, and it's got a door on each wall. One they came from, one ahead of them, which is actually facing east, one on the north wall, one on the south wall. But on the north end portion of the east wall, about 25% or so of the room is covered in what looks like a mostly still lava formation, but there are cracks in it, and they can see some of the glow of lava coming through them. And as they went to the east side door and attempted to go to it, something rose. Its glowing humanoid form, extending up about 12 feet in height, brilliantly bright red and orange as waves of heat exude off of it. And this is where I say to all of you, in this house we roll for initiative. All right.
Is she on?
Would I have long rested since
Yeah.
last time?
No.
No, everyone did get a
Persephone
long
stayed up
rest.
every night.
Everyone did get a long rest before you have gotten into here.
Okay.
I got a 16.
I got a 16 as well.
Bro, I got a 2. Hold on.
Wait, you also got a 16?
No, I got a 2.
Fucking Christ.
I'm sorry.
I got
my
a
initiative's
16.
a +1, so it's
Oh,
a
the dot.
3.
Plus 6.
I
Okay,
got a 7.
so we're going around the table.
I got-
3,
Uh-huh.
What's your dex?
7. Okay, Leon,
22.
12. I got
Alright.
higher dex.
Tomer.
16.
16.
I also got 16, but my dex is 14 to his as well. So
All right, so I'll put you at 17. And then that's at that. Good to know. Okay. So, as this thing has risen up,
do not forget that I didn't forget. I moved
never
gold behind me as soon as that thing.
yeah, and that's fine. That's fine.
What's going on?
As
That was sweet of you.
it rises up,
We've been buddy buddy
Leon-
last week's session.
notices that movement so fast that he is on the ball, and you get to go before anybody.
Oscar,
Ah.
you are your initial character.
Yes.
That's right, you two fucked.
We did.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks for that. Thanks, buddy.
I
Appreciate
gotta
it.
bring
Thanks.
up the old past. I gotta dig it up with my fucking fingernails. I know. It's dirty.
It's dirty. It's so dirty.
All right, so who's going first, Leon?
So you said
Ooh,
it.
I almost by someone initiative, I think.
Do your thing,
You
Mr.
said
Dex Pally.
it was
My DM
like this large, fiery humanoid form.
Humanoid looking thing. If you want, you can do an Arcana check.
This is some kind of gold
Actually, this would be a nature
made of
check.
lava.
Does this check? Does this take my action up or
No. This is just you and your brain going, ah!
14?
Okay,
You
so
know,
with a
Just dawned
14,
on me. I
that
can't,
is gonna
jump
get
and
you
attack
the
this thing, can I?
following
It's
information.
lava already. That feels bad.
You're better off
I gotta
avoiding it.
verify exactly what we've written
trying to
down for
draw
you
attention.
guys.
How's that door that's right in front of us?
Closed.
Okay, so
Fuck.
this
Is it locked? No one
to you
really
looks
fun,
like
though.
some type of lava elemental, but something you notice about it is
Don't say
there are
Don't say
purple and black lines running through it.
fucker.
I'm leaving this campaign.
What you know about elementals in general, and what you would assume from this, which may or may not be entirely accurate now, but what you know is that there's no real weakness that you know of, like no vulnerabilities that you know of, but you are pretty darn sure that this thing is resistant to cold, lightning, fire,
Of course.
and bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical weapons. It may or may not also have some condition immunities as a standard elemental would.
Okay.
For example, exhaustion, being grappled,
Ooh,
paralyzed,
I can't grapple the wall.
petrified, poisoned,
Good.
All right.
You won't
things like that.
All right.
Okay, but you're not entirely sure because it looks a little different.
Mm.
Okay, but that's what you do know about.
All right. So you said it's kind of emanating waves of heat as well.
It is.
And how far are we from it?
You guys are approximately, because it is actually over by the north side door on that north wall. And hold on, triangulation, blah, blah, blah. You're probably about 10 feet away.
Okay.
From this thing?
Yeah.
Are we on just on a little platform? 'Cause that's what
No,
I
this
pictured
is
in my
I
head.
near
have a
20 by
hole
20
here
room.
so I can think of food.
Okay.
It's a
I thought I
20
remember us jumping or
No,
I
it's a
won't get
20
one.
by, no,
Fine,
not in
you
here.
wanted it.
20 by 20 room.
If I
Um,
knew that, I would just buy it.
does it feel hot enough from 10 feet away that it feels like it would hurt if I got closer?
It feels extremely hot. You have no idea. All you know is it is your turn. You have about 6 seconds of action, and I'm going to start a timer because you got to.
I
Yep.
was just asking a question.
No, I know, but that's all you got time for
Okay.
because this is everything's happening.
Yeah.
No lava ramp.
Speaking of lava, weren't we surrounded by lava?
Mm-mm.
Or he just came out of the floor?
No, a quarter of the room,
I don't know how I'm
like
supposed
that
to do
northeast corner, has got kind of like a lava flow.
Oh, okay. So that's why I thought we were on a platform, because I thought there was
No.
lava around us and it came
No,
up.
no,
All right, I
it's
see.
it's like a lava flow that it's like mostly solidified, but there's a bunch of cracks in it, so it's
So
glowing.
I can actually move up to this thing.
You could, yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
You probably don't want to step on where that lava is, but you could move.
I jumped straight into the wall.
Okay, I am on
Swiftly
my
grab its cord, throw it out, and
Yep, go ahead.
dash.
I am on my horse.
Yep.
I use my bonus action to activate a 4th level branding smite,
Okay.
and I'm going to approach this thing. It definitely looks more than large size, right?
Yeah,
Large or
it's
bigger, yeah.
you would consider it huge.
Okay.
Perils.
And yeah,
But it's as it finally kind of full height, it's basically kind of filling a big area.
yeah. So going to charge directly at it and attack with my rapier. So that is a 28 to hit.
That's too high. Yeah, that hits.
And I am also going to go and expend a Bardic Inspiration to activate Defensive Flourish. You already know the drill. So that will be right here.
It's a lot of dice, sir.
16 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's not invisible, so what?
Just
No, Zach had a moment, not you. And Zach had
he's
like,
casually dying.
No, that was like a weird sneeze cough. I almost puked.
yeah, you're
Hey,
good.
continue. We were just
Yeah,
laughing.
yeah,
It's
go ahead.
So yeah, 16 points of radiant damage.
Ow, that hurt.
And then 17 points of piercing damage. And
Magical
that,
piercing, correct?
Yep. and that puts my AC up to 23.
Nice. All right. So that is your turn.
No, I have a second attack.
Oh no, you don't. However,
Oh, I take
Legendary
damage.
action.
Legendary action. Get
No, I'm assuming I take damage.
Yeah, for hitting it with a
as you hit it,
during condition.
lava splashes out back at you. You take 6 points of fire damage.
And how about Cassiopeia?
She also takes 6 points.
Okie
You
doke.
could just say she
You're
didn't
there.
move up with you.
I-
You're right.
He's
He
riding her.
specifically
Ah, okay,
said he
fair
did.
enough. Fair enough.
I said 6 points.
Yep.
Okay. Second attack is a 19.
That also hits.
All right. Just this. Ooh, nice, max. 15 points of piercing damage.
Very nice.
And do I take more damage?
You absolutely do.
Does it look
You
like
take
this,
11 points of fire
Oh.
damage this time.
does it look like
So
this
does
lava
Cassiopeia.
is splashing out to everything around, or is it just like
It
towards him?
just looks like it's hitting right out,
Like if you break water tension, the splash.
Like if
Yeah.
I were to run up and hit this thing, does it
If
look
you
like
have
it
a
would
balloon-
hit everything around it?
if you have a balloon that's like a fairly solid rubber and you're able to poke one hole in it, it's like the kind that won't rip, but it pokes a hole and then it pisses at you. It's kind of like that.
All right.
So, anything else?
No, but I do want to ask, how does it look? How does it look affected by my attack?
It looks like it hurt it.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat
Now.
you up, little man.
At the top of the round, initiative turn 20.
Wait, what? That was not the.
No, he got a 22, so he went first.
Oh shit.
But at initiative turn 20, I need everyone
No.
to
Whatever it is, I'm not good at.
Just Jen.
I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
But I don't want to.
25.
You fail.
Oh. 18.
Can I see what's happening?
Oh yeah, everybody sees what's happening.
Good.
You can see it, so yes, you get your barbarian advantage on that for your danger sense.
I'm gonna try rolling my dice and immediately regret it. Actually, no, 17. That's not too bad.
22.
Okay.
The DC was 17 and a half.
17, 22.
26.
25.
18.
And then
Oh wow.
real quick, I
Wow.
also have to make the save with Cassiopeia, but
Yes.
Cassiopeia, because of Mountain Combatant, basically has the evasion trait.
Yes.
So, nat 20 for a total of 22. 0 damage on Cassiopeia.
Well, everyone made it. Barely. But everyone made it.
It was 16 and a half, not 17 and a half.
So, what happens is, as the top of the round occurs, as this thing came out of that kind of mostly solidified lava flow, it has broken open and lava has been exposed around its feet, a lot of it, and it splatters out into the room. It kind of like pops and hisses, and you all managed to dodge the majority of it. So 9 points reduced to 4 of fire damage for everyone.
Except
Does-
for the
I
horse.
I'm resistant to fire damage.
Then you
Where would
take
I see
2.
that on my character sheet.
Should be in features
You're a
and traits.
tiefling, you're resistant to it.
I do.
Features and traits should
Yeah,
have it.
I sees it.
Yep.
Do I know
Alright.
resistance is what half?
The goal is just like all
Yes.
of you
So
passed.
you take
Looks at
2
Bjorn
points.
and is like,
As
So
was previously
I
stated.
know. I just wanted to make sure that my dumbass
Bjorn.
knows what's happening.
It is your turn.
Bjorn is just gonna say, finally, and the lightning's gonna pick up around him, and I'm going to
So bonus action rage. Yep.
charge him.
Unfortunate lightning.
And
The lightning wielder.
I'm gonna take
Lightning
2.
wielder with facing opponents that only have lightning resistance.
Every single enemy.
Yeah,
every single
every
enemy has been immune or resistant.
Bro, we're gonna throw kobolds at you that are immune to lightning damage.
You hate to see it. All right,
They're-
reckless.
They're called electrified kobolds.
First attack. I'm gonna fish for the nat 20.
They're freshly charged.
Oh, I almost
are.
had it too. 27 on the first hit.
Yep, that hits.
So it's gonna be 1d12 plus 6. Every time it's minimum. Plus 2d6 lightning. So 7 slashing.
7 magical slashing.
What's my rage damage?
Probably 3, I believe.
Then it'll be 10 slashing.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh god, this guy's crazy.
And then 4 lightning.
Okay.
And then I will roll a second attack.
You will.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about it?
And you're doing reckless. Is that why you're
Yes.
crit vision? Okay.
26 on the second.
Yep.
Ooh, that one is max damage, so 21 points of slashing.
Wow.
Right down the middle.
Nice.
One minimum, one max.
There you go.
And
That's a good one. That definitely hurt. Now.
8 points of lightning on that one. And then
Okay.
he's going to roll a 18 dex save for another 2d6 of lightning.
He will in a moment
Yeah, you
because
just
you
roll
are
your damage.
taking
I'm not dodging.
11 fire damage on the your first attack
Yep.
as it splashes at you, and 6 on the second.
So 17.
And then it's a DC 18. You said.
Yep.
And what was it? Dex.
Yes. For 9 points of lightning.
Okay.
Reduce it.
Yep.
If it passes, and don't if it fails.
All right. So it did, and you do notice the lightning damage doesn't seem to be doing
Bjorn
as
does
much.
not care. The answer is more lightning.
Yep.
Pass.
Exactly. More lightning. That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. So, after that, it uses a legendary action.
No, it doesn't.
What a bitch.
Onion. Right?
Just flight
As
throws your face.
Just
It-
reaches past me and grabs
It
Percy.
takes one of its hands, it kind of reaches out and back and slaps right across at you.
Don't forget its advantage.
It is, I know that.
Fish for the 20. Kill me. Kill me, Jason.
I did hit the 20.
Oh, that sucks.
It
I
was a
joking.
5 on the die and then a 20 on the
I was
die.
very much joking, but
Well, too bad. It hit it. So,
That's no good.
yeah, so that is not going to be fun for you.
no,
Oh, yeah.
it seldom is. Any blunt though is have.
What if it's magic?
It doesn't specify magical. or
Yeah,
not magical.
barbarian resists all for bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This one I do.
It does not specify the way that Blood
Yeah.
Usher does.
Muy bueno. Because there's a minimum charge of $5 for any card. the
So
gas
that
station.
is
So I needed to buy
38
something else or charge
piercing,
$5 for it.
reduced to 19,
And what was that?
and
Holy ouch!
Something that
The fuck else was I for like $3.99?
17 fire.
Not for $3.99 at the gas station. I wasn't.
Fire.
It was crit, man. That's what happened. So
like that,
that's its legendary action.
Ever had-
Tomer, it is your turn.
All right, bonus action, Crimson Right. I'm gonna activate Frost.
Okay.
Take 2 damage.
Ouchie.
I think he just said he was resistant to frost.
No, he did lightning. And
No, he definitely said.
You said
He
also
said
cold.
cold.
he said cold. I'm doing frost.
That's the same
Frost
shit.
is cold.
Yeah, whatever.
Bro, what is your frosty?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure fire and lava
It's been
are
a
all the
while
same.
since I've heard you say I'm activating my Crimson Right.
Okay, nat 20 and an 18 plus 8.
Both hit,
Oh yeah.
except that nat 20 is just 2.
Shut your whore mouth.
Did you take the feet, Oscar, that you had talked about?
What feet? No, no.
No, you did not. Okay.
No, he only has 2 feet.
I need 3. I need 3 more points to get the feet that I want.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, it's. Now just do this. So 2d6 plus 5 plus another 2 because it was a crit. Do this. Oh wait, I need another d6. Can I borrow this?
Shit,
I need to borrow this one too. No, I just need one more. One more. Wait, does the Crimson Right?
All dice get doubled.
Think about that again.
Then you add the modifiers after.
6. That's
Damn.
10. That's 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 points of damage.
What kind?
Bro touched
magical.
my dice and made them loaded.
It's with Ajax's hammer, but it's imbued with the Crimson Right, so it does the frost damage plus the magical damage of the hammer.
Okay, well, which
It's not
is
bludgeoning.
the cold damage? How much of it is the
Got a
cold
6,
damage?
3 5s,
4,
a 4,
5,
and a
6,
3.
7 points of cold damage.
Okay,
The rest is.
and it
magical
was
bludgeoning.
34 in total?
Yeah.
Okay,
That was for the first
So
attack.
28 magical
So-
bludgeoning.
no, 27.
27. My bad.
And this will just. Mother. Alright, then it's just 3d6. This will just be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1 point of frost damage, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of magical damage.
Okay,
And that's all I can do.
all right. After that, it is going to use another legendary action.
Of course it is.
Bro, this thing's got 2 of them.
Actually,
It seems like 3, bro.
No, it
No, it
used a
hasn't.
layer action before.
Oh.
Which is
My
even
bad.
slightly
okay.
less cool.
Actually,
Still
so
stupid.
no, it's going to use 2 legendary actions.
Oh shit.
And
Holy
let's see. You, and you are all within 5 feet of it because you had to move up to attack it.
Correct.
I'm ass.
So I need all 3 of you and
Cassiopeia.
Cassiopeia to make Constitution saves.
Oh, I love those.
The dreaded con saving throw.
As
22.
Did he get hit with splashback damage?
I'm about to do that.
Okay.
Too. All right. As
I only got 27.
okay. As its legendary action, what it does is it reaches across and it carves its fingers through its chest, revealing deeper lava that is white hot and bright, and the heat and the light from it shoot out about 5 feet away for you 3 in there. So you had a 27, you had a 22, and Leon.
Leon gets a 5 and Cassiopeia gets a 9.
All right, so
Flashbang out.
you and Cassiopeia are blinded until the end of the creature's next turn.
So is it safe to say it's not dark in here?
Leon's
Oh,
like
no.
using his rapier like the blind guy stick.
Where am
like,
I going?
Okay.
Cassiopeia, my
Thank
service
you for the
animal.
reminder. For the 2 hits you
He's
did,
also blind.
you take 6 points of fire and another 6 points of fire.
Cassiopeia has her own service animal.
Like a
Okay.
mouse or some shit.
Gold, it is your turn.
Wait, horses are afraid of mice. Never mind.
Alrighty then. I will go ahead and bonus action do my Horizon Walker feature. I'm then going to use the Oath Bow's Whispered ability to make it my sworn enemy for the
Okay.
day.
Okay.
You gotta whisper it.
Swift defeat to my enemy.
Okay.
And then
My
I'll
immersion is
do my
fun.
Horizon Walker feature to teleport and do 3 attacks rather than 2.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. I know for now.
That is a 37 to hit.
Holy shit.
Or, no.
37?
27,
really
my
a
bad.
pack.
I was going to
It's
say,
just
would you
That's
roll a
not
natural
physically
32?
possible.
Math hard.
Natural
bad.
32. Okay, got it.
Natural 32. Woo.
Yeah, my 32-sided die.
Exactly.
I thought you got other bones.
So 27 to hit. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
An additional 27 hits.
So both hit.
And now,
Well-
number 3. All right, so that one's a 30.
Okay. Then that's not a crit?
No, I have a plus 11 to hit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, so first attack. That is 13 plus 4 plus 3d6. Because of this bullshit.
Mhm.
Bless you. Sorry.
Soda makes me gassy. What do you want?
A strange exchange of words.
Sorry.
Jason.
Mm-hmm.
14 plus 13 plus 4.
That's 27. That's 31.
That's one attack. That's my first attack.
Okay. And what kind of damage is it? Force?
That is all force damage,
Yep,
yes.
So 31 on the first.
I love this fucking weapon. This is so much fun. All right, so 16 damage on the second attack, also force.
Okay. Hey, Gogeta girl for you. What's up? Yes.
Ag.
You have a great session. It's just hit the space in the wrong spot.
That's impossible. It's obviously
And then
What she meant to say.
23 damage of force on the last attack.
All right.
green heart.
Oh, I love the hearts. Thank you. All right, so got that, and those are all force for everything.
Yep.
You take out of your 3 attacks, you end up taking 23 points of fire damage from as it splashes you when you.
It's like-
I'm shooting a bow.
It just hawked.
Oh, I thought you were doing the melee.
No.
Okay.
No,
Was
I,
Bro watching these other guys get hit said no thank you.
All right. You're
Yeah.
using your bow. Okay.
It sprays Leo.
no, I spray everyone else with
No.
fire damage.
No. You luck out on that.
I don't have a ranged option.
All right. It is now
Ranged
its actual turn.
pussies.
Wow.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He was that low.
Yeah, he rolled shit on initiative.
I was like, because we also rolled real shit.
Mhm. No, he rolled big time shit on initiative. He beat you.
I was
That's
like,
it.
I got a 3.
All right. So now, once again, this thing
No.
digs its hands inside, and this time it reaches into what looks like some kind of white hot rock, almost like a heart, and it squeezes, and when it does,
Fastball
the lava
special.
flow that is around you, kind of on the floor near where you guys are, it erupts and blasts out across this room. I need everyone to make a Constitution save.
Oh no!
Listen to me, young one.
Oh.
Much and more for you.
I only get natural 20s on the ones I don't need it. Does a 31 pass, Jason?
one
Yes.
successful constitution.
Bro, I have a +9 on my constitution.
Yeah, you're a
You
wizard.
are a sorcerer, yeah.
Oh, that's
I-
crazy.
I just got a 19.
He's wibbly
I got
wibbly.
a big number.
I got an 18 on the die.
That's
I got a natural 20.
26.
I got 31.
Okay, so 26,
18.
18.
Funnily enough, 11 for Leon, 23 for Cassiopeia.
Okay,
Bro,
19.
Cassiopeia, tough as fuck.
okay.
Cassiopeia rolled in at 20.
31.
All right.
You're not taking shit.
No, I am.
Oh, I know you
I'd
are.
much
So-
rather have had that 20 on an attack.
The only ones that failed this were Leon and you, because everyone else had above a 20.
What the?
I did
fuck?
not have above a 20.
Oh, you did?
I had an 18.
You had an 18. Oh, never mind. So 3 of you.
I'll be honest. I could have avoided that, but I'll be honest.
I missed it. So 3 of you.
Thank you for maintaining games, Jay.
You're welcome, bro.
Okay, so
I'm gonna die.
for those of you that failed, you take 36 points of radiant damage.
Owie.
Of radiant?
Yep.
Whoa, 36 points of radiant. Is that what I just fucking heard?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
It's
the-
not corrupted by a root.
if you failed, you take the full thing.
What?
Yeah. If you
Oh, okay, I
pass,
thought it
you
was if
take
you failed.
half. Also, if you failed, you get 1 level of exhaustion.
How fun.
So what does that entail with level 1 exhaustion?
That level 1 exhaustion.
Is
let
it
me-
half movement? Or is that
Mm,
disadvantage on attacks?
Guys,
Wait.
how many hit points I have?
Does it live us?
Oh, 69.
So you said 36 on a fail or half on a success?
Yeah.
18.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, so level 1 exhaustion is you gain one level. You gain 1 level of exhaustion, and where is it listed? You got. Oh, of course, that's. I want the legacy, not that. Okay. So basically, you are half speed
Okay.
and disadvantage on ability checks, not attack rolls, not saves, just ability checks.
half speed?
I believe.
Yeah,
so.
that one's lame as fuck.
No, I don't think that's level 1 exhaustion, though.
It's the damn new rules and the old rules, because like I'm looking here at the rules and it says -2 to D20 test
Yeah,
and
yeah.
-5. That's not
It
legacy.
says below
Oh,
that
there we go.
Legacy.
There we go. Disadvantage on just disadvantage. The speed is
Level
level 2 exhaustion.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go.
I see how they wrote it. It's just confusing. Okay. So there we go.
Forward. Thank you for the hearts.
All right. So that is disadvantage on just the ability checks. So skills basically. All right. So that is its action. And
I do like
that's
the
all
cards
it's going to
changing
do
colors.
for right now.
That is pretty slick.
Persephone, it is
Okay.
your turn.
I'm gonna say
Excuse me, sorry.
some like it hot and some sweat when the heat is on. I'm gonna throw my jacket on the floor.
So cool. Just
That's great.
I been holding on to that for like 10 minutes, by the way.
It's getting hot.
And then I'm going to bonus action my Shadow Blades at 5th level,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
Fucking
throw them
Christ.
at the bitch.
Throw him at the bitch.
Oh, I guess I need to hit.
So
first,
you're
right?
standing further back in the room, away
Yeah,
from
no,
it,
I'm not getting
ranging
close.
it.
That
Yep.
would be stupid.
Yes, it would.
Yeah. 18 plus something.
Ooh.
That hits.
Cool. And I hit him for 13
What type of damage?
magic something or other.
How incredibly vague.
It is. What damage do you do? Am I fine? Psychic damage.
I just realized.
Psychic.
if I go to-
Ooh, very good. So 13 points of psychic
beginning my
damage.
turn.
Finds out the sentient blubba blubba doesn't have a brain or an intelligence.
Give me a
modifier,
perception
therefore
check.
can't take psychic
I'm not
damage.
good at those. That's a 1. I'm not good at those.
Yeah. Okay.
I have Lycan regeneration.
I was too busy with my cool thing taking my clothes off.
Okay.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
And anything else? You got a second attack or
sure.
just
I
one?
wish I did.
Oh.
Yeah, I
That'd be
wish I
cool.
would have
But no,
instead of
I
doing the
looked.
Queen's
It's
right.
just one.
All right.
I am Miss Swish.
Okay, so we are back at the top of the round. Leon,
So I'm blinded until the end of my turn, yes?
till the end of its next turn. Guess what? It actually happened prior to its turn, so its next turn just happened and done, so you're no longer blinded.
You can see. You
You
can
and the horse
fight.
can see.
Yay!
Oh, because it was a legendary action. That...
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to be shooting out
It should have done it afterward, but yeah, that was my mistake.
a itty
We're not
bitty
complaining.
little
Golem's out of practice.
6th level mass
Been
cure
a long
wounds.
Okay.
So everybody will be getting
You handsome double.
mm, hmm, hmm, 22 hit
Whoa.
points.
Nice.
That's a hefty amount.
Wow,
Wait,
you're
I
back
might
up to
just
full,
kiss you.
Percy.
That was more than I needed.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm only,
I rolled almost
only a
dead
little above
average
half
on
now.
that. That's
Ooh,
awesome.
That's still freaking insane.
No, I'm happy about that. I'm not at all.
Also a little above half.
Ooh,
How
I
many hit points you
forgot
got there,
about
sir?
this.
Thank you, small warrior.
Because I forgot about it,
That's
I'm going to let it
metagaming.
slide for this
I'm
combat.
talking about total, not current.
That's metagame.
Because I forgot about something, I'm going to let it
I'll
slide
look
for
at your
this
character
combat.
sheet later. It's fine.
Okay.
All right.
That's invasion of privacy.
Yep, so 22 HP to everyone. That is my action. And as my bonus action, I make a funny face.
Okay.
Does Cat get to attack?
No. But she can stand there looking impressive.
Well, more like
An
float
impressive
there.
feat.
Those were flying. You know.
Did, but fireball doesn't work
Think about how hard it
there.
would be for a horse to stay hovering right above the
All
ground. Like
We just
the wing.
real cool, you know.
All right. So
Didn't you get fucking...
it is going to use a
Eldritch
legendary action,
No, it's not, Jason.
and right after Leon's turn, and it is going to go ahead and once again smack the barbarian because it doesn't like you.
He never goes for the AC with you.
I mean, if you want.
Technically, he's still at advantage.
Yeah, he is.
That sucks so bad.
Yeah, which means he does hit.
I have a reaction.
4 beams. Oh, sorry.
You
Yeah.
have a reaction.
Blood Curse of the Eyeless. I can roll
Yeah.
1d8 and subtract
So
that
that's
from the roll.
3d10.
Okay, so that is.
Jason looking at his natural
Gonna
20.
be-
All right.
Use that. Yeah,
So, okay, go ahead and roll it.
8.
Wow.
Okay, what's your AC?
18.
Okay, still hits.
No.
Tried.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I knew it was gonna hit anyway. Roll high. A little bit of hope. A little bit of hope.
That's a Jason looking at his natural 20, like, yeah, whatever.
18 on the dot.
Yeah.
Plus is plus.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is going to be 10 points of piercing
5
and
11
9 points of fire damage.
billion.
All right, and now it is initiative turn 20, and on initiative turn 20,
Everyone roll a con save.
Yep.
Yay!
Damn, bro. I rolled a 13.
I got a big number.
I got a 22.
15 plus 9, 24.
Oh my god, another natural 20. Why is it only on con saves where I have a massive plus? I don't need it on this. Upload of shit. I needed that nat 20 for my attack next round. And I wasted it.
All right. Going around.
24.
13.
11 Leon, 13 Cassiopeia.
22.
31. What a waste.
Low roll gang!
You guys.
What a waste.
That was an awful high five.
And I was like
11
2
points of
fingers
fire
long.
damage.
11
Wow.
points of fire damage.
11 points of fire
Why
damage.
I keep
Half on a fail?
None on the fail on this
Oh.
one.
None on a success. Then.
Or on a success.
What is...
None on a fail? Thank you.
Yay!
We got
So,
him.
if I pass, I get nothing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Sorry, I'm like, what is half
You're
of
fine on this
11?
one.
You get nothing. You
Well,
lose.
that would be 5.
Yay,
I'm gonna roll.
Okay,
all
because on this one, what happens is from that wave that had come out before, it kind of settles down a bit, and you hear popping sounds, and rock and ash basically get ejected from it and kind of fill the room a little bit as it kind of flows across. And those of you who failed, you're coughing and inhaling that, and that's why it caused that damage to your lungs, basically. The rest of you were able to go. So you didn't get anything.
We're, like, spacing-wise, are any of us, like, able to back away enough to not, like, be getting hit by this stuff? Or is it...
This is a
closed in
20
the
by 20
Okay.
room. It's filling
I
all
didn't
this
get the
shit.
room description
Yeah,
initially.
It's filling the room.
Okay.
Bjorn, you're now up.
I'm going to shift.
All right.
He's nuts.
He roars a mighty
Got it.
roar.
And if you're gonna shift, I'm gonna control Alt. No.
No, no. I will gain 18 temporary hit points.
All
And plus 1 AC.
Excellent.
And I will recklessly swing.
You got it.
Ooh, so close.
That was real close.
I'm willing to bet that a 29 hits, so I'll go ahead and roll the
Yeah,
second
it
attack.
does.
Oh my god. These dice are being nice to me today. About fucking time. You all got on board. Another 29.
Both hit. Which means you're gonna take a total between
Yes,
the two
yes,
of
yes.
10 points of fire.
10 points of fire. I'll
Yep,
gotta take
total between the two.
that off. And I will go ahead and.
Should take Daniel to a priest to get his dice blessed.
Buddy, they're fucking cooking right now.
I know, I love it.
Me too. Let's see. That's going to be 6 plus 6 plus 3. So 15 slashing on the first.
Yep.
And these D6 is still. And 4 lightning.
Okay.
Second hit will be 13 slashing and. Jesus Christ, 6 lightning.
Okay. All right. So that's your turn. Okay. It uses a legendary action. And this time attempts to hit you. What's your AC?
16.
He waited for it to go to the skull.
Yeah, but I'm going to use my reaction to add the parry from my sword.
Yep.
For an additional 7 for 23.
Whoa.
Perfect, because I rolled that while I was waiting for him.
Mhm.
Dirty 20. So you succeed. He does not hit you.
That's my voice.
So good use of your parry.
Yay! I love when my abilities
The
pay off.
huge lava fist
Tomer.
comes out of you. Ding!
Seeing him shift, I'm also going to shift in hybrid transformation.
All right. That's right. You haven't seen that yet. He just kind of like the arms get.
Bro, we got 2 werewolves?
So,
Close enough, though.
so as you shift, I'm assuming you're in front of me. You feel a hand on your shoulder, and then all of a sudden you see a
Brother.
claws.
That is actually. I can see that being like.
I forgot we have 2 aminals.
My turn.
We got the Animorphs on our team.
Oh, no, never mind.
You see, and now we just have to kill off your characters. You guys all make it, and then when you all shift, you can all come together and make a Voltron Animorph.
Yeah, no, the furry rangers.
To become a Megazord.
Dibs on being the arm that gets to punch things.
So one's an 18, the other one's a 17, plus
want to be the
8 on each.
Yeah, they both.
Too damn bad.
Everybody wants to be the leg. Shut up.
Shut up, Blue Ranger. No one likes you.
3 regular magical, 3 frost. Which actually, hold on. It's actually necrotic, not frost, my bad.
Okay.
So there's that.
So that's 6 points.
Yep. And then the second attack, literally the same roll again. So 4 regular magical and 3 necrotic.
Okay.
Do we have a bag of holding?
I do.
I
So,
think we have a couple.
and from those 2 hits, you take
also you
17 points of fire damage as it splashes back on you.
You do.
And after your turn, now uses 1 more legendary action. He attempts to hit you. Your AC is still 17.
Nope, it's 18 when I hybrid.
18.
That was
Okay.
good.
That is a miss.
Ooh.
I take it back then.
That's 2 misses from those. He's out of legendary actions right now. Gold, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna do the same shit I did last turn.
So cool.
18.
That hits.
Oh, perfect. 13.
That does not hit.
All right, and then 24.
That hits as well.
All right,
So
perfect.
2 hits.
What's giving you a third attack?
So as my Horizon Walker feature, if I move 10 feet, I can teleport an additional 10 feet. So it's obligated movement, but I can just return to the original location if
And
I
that-
do it right.
And
And it allows me
Gives
to
me-
make an additional attack.
Oh my god.
It's fucking awesome.
That's pretty crazy.
to be honest, it's kind of like what I think an Echo Knight should be, popping back and forth and smacking multiple
I'm
times.
thinking fighter. It's
Yeah.
like,
Eventually, I'll multi-class into fighter and then get to do more attacks.
Yeah.
30 damage on the first attack.
Okay, and that's all force
Yep.
still? Yep. Okay.
Second attack. And then 24 on the next.
All right.
Also all force. I will pass the
All right. That is your turn. It is now its turn. And yeah, it is going to
declined.
Hold
goes
that
like
for.
this along one arm and peels off some of its form and hurls it at you.
Peels off a sheet of lava, twists it up like a towel. Towel whips gold.
You're square.
That is a 26 to hit,
Right.
Oh.
No, he goes from the left. No.
and so that is going to be
Gold dies.
14 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And that's a crit on the second one.
Ooh. You hate to see it.
Good thing she's resistant to fire.
Yeah, I was like, it only hurts a little.
Oh, he's actually a cold
I
golem now.
kind of
He cooled off a little bit.
He's had some time to collect his thoughts.
A way of the 4 elements golem.
He put on
Defends
some.
the monk temple.
He
we're
put
in.
on sunglasses. He's a cool golem now.
And that one is big on the crit. That's 36 points of fire damage. You take.
36 divided by 2 is
18.
18.
Wait, yeah.
So that's what he does there.
I was gonna say 19 because my brain decided to be
Half
an
of
idiot.
So
Yeah.
that's what he does, and it is now your turn.
Okay. I had a cool thing I wanted to do,
So do it.
but because it's an elemental, I don't think it's going to work, so I don't want to waste it.
When has that ever stopped any of us?
Well,
Stop me plenty of time.
I just don't think
Don't
it's
listen
going
to
to
him.
work because it's elemental. I can try to do the cool thing that I don't think is going to work, or I can just try to hit him again.
What is the cool
It's
thing?
up to you.
At least share it with the class.
So, polymorph into something about yay big, bag of holding. But because I don't need to
Suffocated.
breathe, it's not going to do shit.
That's true, but he would just be trapped there.
You do also realize how polymorph works. Unless it's true polymorph, that when the spell, if
Yeah,
they
when it-
die in that
yeah,
form,
they
they
go
just
back.
revert to their normal.
Yeah, but then he would still be. It was just polymorph so I could get him to fit in the
Oh,
bag.
okay.
Then he'd be in
I
a
see.
And
pocket
then he'd be
dimension.
trapped in the bag and suffocate. But if he doesn't need to breathe, then it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
He's just there.
So,
One
like,
day you get drunk and you accidentally say lava golem when you release it into the bar.
So it seems less exciting the more I think about it. So
I don't know. That
instead,
sounds kind of funny to accidentally
know.
just walk up to the big bad. Hey, I got this for you. Some of lava comes flying out.
you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna polymorph.
Okay.
Turn him into like a
Dude, how cool.
Remember, polymorph, you can turn something into a beast. So anything that qualifies as a
Pocket
beast.
lava.
the smallest beast capable of being.
I think it gets a saving throw,
Beasted.
right?
It does.
Yeah.
It will.
Make it a sloth so it can't
It's like
run
a
away.
Yeah, I want it like because we've done chickens and
I
stuff
use
before.
polymorph.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't like that
Yeah, and technically that's a beast.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
small.
Bro, chickens are beasts.
It's irrelevant.
Those things are savage.
It's small creature.
But they're so funny. Chickens are awesome. Chickens rock, man.
Yeah.
What about a mole? Would that
Yeah,
count?
let's go for like a sloth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a little baby
Yeah,
sloth.
little baby
Little
sloth.
baby sloth.
He's adorable now.
Okay. So, what's your
Balls of
DC?
lava
That's
immediately
a
die.
good question.
No matter what, he's legendary
18,
resistance.
Unless it's different than my save DC.
I'm not looking. You keep doing your thing.
Yeah, wisdom 18.
Okay.
No soft?
Nope, because he fails and then uses the legendary.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I was hoping he was out, but his turn's before mine, so it's.
Out. He hasn't used any of those.
Yeah, but that does
That's
burn
legendary
ones. That's
resistance.
good.
Yeah.
He hasn't used any of those.
We don't have that many spellcasters.
Alright, fine.
Burn
well,
through those.
can I?
Thought I
Because
could
I
get
was
him to waste it
intending
on
to do this
my
when I was
DC
going to do a
18
different thing
deck
instead.
thing.
I'm
Because
going
it's a metal
to.
core.
Well, no, I guess I can't do that. With bonus action, my blade's back into my hand.
Okay.
I was gonna do a different thing to make that spell be a bonus action, but then I went to my blades back. And
Oh, okay, the
Yeah.
cork itself
Okay.
is not metal. I was like, how the fuck does that work?
then I
Alright.
get my
You
blades
can do
back,
glass and
All
glass
right.
works.
and then I stand
These
there
cork is
angrily.
big.
Alright.
I do want to make my way
No,
to the
it's-
corner of the room. Though.
Okay. So,
Sometimes
like
it's
the,
rubber.
the
Whatever
furthest way.
corner.
Okay, so you go. You head back to
Or
the
glass.
southwest corner.
Sure.
Because glass
Um,
and glass makes perfect seals.
Yeah, actually, either one. Either the north, or sorry,
It does.
the southeast corner or the southwest corner is away from it.
Corner.
Okay.
Closest.
Well, I mean, it does matter.
Did we come from one of the directions?
You did, but you were over standing on the
Whatever
the east
direction we
side,
came from, that corner.
the direction you came from. Okay, so you go to the southwest corner.
Sure.
Okay.
Little bell-shaped glass on the far right.
There you go.
Yep, there. All right, so that is the end of your turn. It is now top of the round, Leon.
Hello, balance. All right, I'm once again going to use my action this time, 5th level Master Cure Wounds.
Ooh.
So 1 level lower.
Handsome rogue.
They not a. That's a dram.
That will be
So you're a prisoner.
19 points of healing to everyone.
That's what
Right.
How much?
19.
Holy shit.
Very nice.
I
Heal
took-
Daddy
I
Leon.
took more than that.
I can only do so
I
much.
know, you're fine.
Oh, you've done so much.
So when
I
do
You're
you
single-handedly
actually-
keeping us alive.
Switch. I appreciate.
when do you take a oath to yourself and become a paladin of Leon?
He already is a paladin. He's a dex pally.
He can still be a dex pal. He just needs aura.
Okay,
already has it.
I'm
Oh, he's already knocked
gonna.
up some chicken.
bonus action and movement.
Well, I
Gold.
don't really have
skull
much of a
version
reason to move. But I will bonus action, and I turn over to Persephone. She's probably visibly frustrated.
Usually.
And he just turns after he heals everyone and goes, "You're doing great, love. Keep it up." So you get.
Leon's trying to fuck everybody.
No, I'm just
Comes out
trying to
of
be a
nowhere and
supportive
kills him.
bros.
Bardic inspiration. huh?
Yeah, 1d10 bardic inspiration.
Shit.
Bro, you haven't
Yeah.
done that in, like.
She
3
turns to Gold and says, "Since when did Leon like me?"
That's the neat thing. He
A
never
wizard, sir.
hated you, lunch.
Our backstory
And-
says otherwise.
Extra damage.
It is
No,
20 on the initiative
it
order.
Isn't Jason?
On 20 on the initiative order.
But I'm in the
He-
corner, Jason.
Yes, you are.
15.
He takes both of his fists and he goes boom, and he hits the wall behind him.
I'm
And
not gonna lie, I
the
thought he
whole
was in the center of the room.
the whole room shakes a bit and cracks appear where his fists hit the wall, and you see it glowing, and lava starts to ooze out of the wall
This is why I meant
into the
before,
room
so.
and begins filling up that side and coming slowly across.
Good thing I'm flying.
Oh,
Bjorn, it's your
you
turn.
put us on a
I'll be
timer.
right back, guys. The bathroom.
All right.
Well, we've already established I can walk on water. Can I
Need
walk
help
on water?
disenhancing?
You can, but you still take damage.
Yeah, but I'm resistant.
You still take damage.
I didn't say it wasn't gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Bjorn laughs hysterically in the thrill of battle and shouts, "Shimlo, guide my axe!" and takes another reckless swing.
Hell yeah. Go for it.
Does an 18 hit?
It does.
Thank you, God. Those were terrible rolls.
Yeah, he doesn't have the biggest AC, you know.
He is the size of a barn.
He's pretty easy to hit. He's right there.
All right, 27 will hit too, so I'll go ahead and roll damage.
hmm
What awful rolls. Holy shit. First one is 11 slashing and 6 lightning.
Okay.
And then 13 slashing. 7 lightning.
Okay.
And then he will make a dex save of 18 for another 8 lightning.
Yeah, that is
Half on
a
a
pass.
Half on a pass, so 4.
And so it was 8.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that is your turn.
Yep. How much
you-
did I take from recoil?
12 from both attacks total.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, you notice he's starting to look a little less put together. Some of his
Yeah, he's
side
ripping
is like
himself apart.
kind of leaking out and down into the pool and kind of actually helping that pool grow. But his form is starting to break apart slowly. And
Oh,
Bjorn's got the
cartoon.
crazy eyes on right now. Burns all
Tober.
over.
you're up.
I'll move him aside and be like, let me show you what real follower Finlow does. And I will attack.
Bro, this man's gonna gaslight you for not being a follower.
Yeah, that's not going. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
Okay, I hit once.
Let me show you what a real.
No, that's an ass.
I can do a level spell and a cantrip, yeah?
8.
Yes, as long as one of them is an
Action,
action, one's a
yeah.
bonus.
So 8 magical. 1 necrotic.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
my
interesting.
it does.
Erotic.
My Crimson Right does necrotic. It's just imbuing my weapon with some other
They
stuff.
call it the kinky right.
8 magic and 1 necrotic.
And since I'm in my hybrid transformation, I will use my bonus action to swipe at him with a claw.
Okay.
Beat it his ass.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
Better.
Or
What'd you get?
8, 9, 10, 11, 13.
Nope.
Yeah.
And you take 6 points of fire from that one hit.
Force for
As it splashes back on you.
I'll say that Bjorn did not. He's too focused on the big guy. Didn't see you miss, so you're still cool with his eyes.
All right.
848, so he's gonna be better.
We switched.
As your turn ends, uses
I just don't know if it was.
legendary actions,
Shendery.
3 of them,
But I told him so I
and basically its jaw kind of unhinges and opens, and the closest thing you can say to it is it's like a breath weapon as flames go out and fill the room. I need from everyone dexterity save.
Yes. Thank you.
No, I don't like that. Make it a con save again.
Yeah, con would be great. I'm much better
I'm
at
pretty
those.
happy with the dex save.
I'm not.
Does a 17 pass?
We'll find out.
Uh-oh. 23.
25.
All right, so
This is
What'd
you
you get?
saying.
That's a 1.
He's
so you got
That's
a
a 1, but technically
23.
it's a 2.
Two is the DC.
28 for Leon and a 12 for Cassiopeia.
Okay.
25.
And
17.
okay. So you, Cassiopeia, and you all failed. The rest of you
65.
passed.
It
So
moved up to 17 and a half. This is also very good.
Let's finish in wine.
So that is 23 points of fire damage if you failed,
Ouch.
and that'll be 11 if you passed.
Thank you. 11 for Jen.
Yep. And if you're resistant, yeah, you also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My health was like.
So there you go. That is the legendary action, and it is now Gold's turn.
I'm doing the same thing I did last turn.
Hey, if it works, why change it up?
Exactly. That is a 16 for the first hit. Does that hit?
That hits.
Whoo! 16 hits, boys. That is much bigger than 16.
Then that hits as well.
And that is also bigger than 16.
Okay.
You okay?
That was yawning.
25 on the first hit.
Never seen a
Okay.
yawn like that.
Well, now you have.
21 on the second.
All right.
And then 17 on the final hit.
I'm Zach. How much was the last one? 17?
37 damage,
Alright.
48 damage.
Dude, I love that I get to roll so many dice. I love gold right now. This is
93?
perfect.
93 on there.
Inspiration is the hit, right?
Hit or saving throws.
The,
Oh, Bardic Inspiration. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can use it
do
on anything.
okay,
Yep,
but it's
ability
not a
check,
damage one,
attack
right?
roll, or
It's a
saving
d20
throw,
roll?
yeah.
Okay,
Anything
It's on the
you really
D20.
roll a D20 on.
gotcha.
Any D20 roll.
Oh,
All right.
oh, well, no, I rolled a 1, so that was
So-
going to help me anyway. I
Now,
was like, wait.
now it is its turn. And actually, no, it is going to go for you again. It doesn't like you.
Well, if it's a
Mhm.
saving throw,
Is he so mad?
He's very mad.
The poor
The
baby.
neutral contract sees someone and just says,
So yeah,
"I
that
fucked
is a
one
23 to
person in
hit
particular."
Yeah.
and
Take it when
a
you
21
fucks
to hit.
with me.
Okay, so both hit.
Someone's resistant
Uh,
to fire. She's gonna have to double down.
Well, I think I angered
It has
him.
the Ajax mentality. Or not the Ajax, the Bjorn
I made him
mentality.
use a legendary
Bjorn
thing and I was
Jax.
mad.
Bjorn Jax.
That actually goes hard.
So a total of
Ajax's cousin.
35 points between the two attacks. So that's going to be 17
Bjorn
because
Jax.
you're resistant.
Okay, so you're doing all the math.
Yeah.
Okay,
So 17 for you is what you actually take.
That's good.
As he, again, he pulls off some of his own essence and throws it at you and hits you with
Jack.
globs of lava.
All right.
Okay.
My turn.
It is indeed your turn.
I'm pretty sure I can do this. I can spend attack action with my Shadow Blade, and then I can spend sorcery points to make a spell, a bonus action, so I can also cast a spell.
Yes, because you got quickened, right?
Perfect.
Yep.
So, I'm going to throw my fucking Shadow Blade at him,
Okay.
and then I'm going to Eldritch Blast him in the face 3 times.
Outstanding.
Because I'm mad.
Let's do it.
So,
hell yeah.
Pissed.
this
Royally
is for
pissed.
Shadow Blade,
You can
and
make more
every
attacks
other
than me,
d20 is for
For the Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
All right, let's do it.
And then I'm gonna use that the big number, right?
Oh, hey, you That's rolled a max.
Yeah,
Whoa.
That's
rolled the
literally
best you
a 10.
could.
Okay, so I get pluses to something. What do I get to plus attack? Hold on.
What's your spell attack mod?
I don't know.
Scroll spells.
11. I get a lot.
Honestly, you already hit with all of these rolls because his
A lot.
DC is at 16
I hit.
or his AC
Okay.
16.
Okay, so you don't have to have spent the Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
Well,
you
I-
wouldn't have
But
had
she
to.
did, though.
Well, it's fine. I saw a 6 on the die.
Chat, if you
It's
don't
fine.
want her to have
It's
spent
fine.
it, you can
It's
super
fine.
chat or spend Twitch bits
Let's
I'll-
pretend
it's
it's a
fine.
15.
to
It's fine.
give it back to her.
I'll use it. It's fine.
All right, so everything was above a 16.
Yes.
All right.
From what I'm being
Her
told.
now lowest roll.
So
is a
let's do your blades first.
Shadow Blade.
Yep.
Excuse me, I'm gonna use that.
See,
Alright, I'm
Bardic
doing.
Inspiration, this can be added after seeing the roll but before knowing the outcome.
I used it's fine.
Half meal.
No, I know it's fine. I don't mind.
Yeah, Leon's right
That's a
on
lot of
that.
damage.
Leon's right on that. Take it back.
16.
Right, Jen, Leon's right on that because you would, if you had done the math ahead of time, you could have then chose if you did fail
I'll
to use
put
it. So you can
I'll
take the
put it
D10 back.
All right, so that's
All right.
28.
28 psychic.
Okay, give me a perception check.
It's dead. Or it doesn't affect it
No.
at all.
What'd you get?
3.
Okay, but 28 you said?
28 psychic. And then
I will give you three, because you're up close, perception checks on this
Perception.
to see if you notice anything.
prescription. Is it
27.
Okay. So,
Oh my god. 23.
okay.
is this why he's mad? Is why he keeps
Laughter?
attacking me? Because he doesn't like it when I hit him.
Because you're
with
frail
psychic?
and noodly.
Okay, so that you all see the impact clearly. So now I need straight intelligence check for you to understand, because it's not your spell. So we'll just see.
I'm gonna spend more sourcing points.
Straight intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
13.
All right, actually, you got it good enough, so you would know for sure.
These 2 dice.
Holy shit! You have never seen her blades do that much damage.
Like,
It
went
looks
from
it looks like it did way more than you thought it should.
All right. Well, it did a shit ton.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know.
What about the Eldritch Blast?
That's what I'm rolling for right now. I used more sourcey points to re-roll my ones because they were ones.
Okay.
And then I turned them both into 9s.
Oh, nice.
So that's a 9, a 9, and an 8, and that's all force.
All right, so that is 28 points of force damage.
What did you do that triggered that?
Triggered what?
The excessive perception of damage?
Shadow Blade.
Psychic,
okay.
Psychic damage.
Oh.
The thing I didn't know
I
was
wouldn't
hurting him
understand that. I
harder.
was just curious
Yeah.
out of game.
The thing I had no idea was hitting him harder because I haven't seen
Bjorn
shit.
just thinks you're an exceptional
Because you're not
skilled
noticing.
warrior.
You're going like this. You're going. All right.
How are you looking in terms of like health? Like obviously
Um,
without saying a number.
Not
Just like just
fantastic.
incinerated.
Better than some of you because I'm fire resistant, but not better because I'm squishy.
It is top of the round, Leon.
All right. I'm going
Alright, now I need
to.
to spend all those points. Sourcing, where you at?
Would you like original?
I'm gonna
crispy.
fly over to Persephone.
Crispy.
Okay. So you're moving away because she moved away. So it's going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
How big is its attack range?
It's a huge creature. It's at least a 10-foot
Oh,
range.
damn, it's a huge.
So would I be
That's
able
a
to
big
reach her without leaving the 10-foot range?
No, because she went all the way
I
to
did.
the
I
corner.
specifically hid in the corner.
All right.
I was gonna do darkness,
what's your AC
but then
right
I got
now?
mad.
16, but I'm gonna go ahead and add, if I can not be stupid, a parry to that,
Okay.
like the platypus.
A parry?
Hey, look at that. Fucking can't hold it, but it's an 8, so that'll bring my
Well,
AC up to
It
24.
didn't matter. Just the fact that you used it because it rolled 16 total. So just using it, you you
Awesome.
parried it. So yeah, you parried that very
fucking
very used to that, and you
Just like
make your
hand
way
on the
over to
blade,
Persephone.
stop the fist perfectly.
What'd you say?
You make your way over to Persephone just fine.
Yep. All right, and then I'm
Waltz
going
away.
to.
I imagine walking backwards, just flicks the sword behind him and knocks it out of the
Then
way.
Dark Souls like,
I'm
Someone get the riposte.
gonna pull out my Mac Fuimid Sitter,
Yeah, whip it out.
ooh.
and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Persephone.
D comes out and kills him a second time.
So per Snurfner, you are going to get 12 points of HP back. So that is almost max on the singular D8.
She's gonna be really mad when she finds out Leon died.
All right.
And
On
3 other golems
Y'all
pop
done?
up.
Yeah.
And that
On 20 count on the initiative.
Oh, that's not what
The lava is now moving further along. Those of you who are right next to this thing, the lava is now where you are standing. If you remain in that spot on your turn,
You die.
you're going to take damage.
I'm on the opposite side.
You are,
Right?
you
Which
are,
side?
now you are,
Am I in
Which
it?
wouldn't have
you
mattered
two
much
are,
'cause I'm in
because you're
the
right
air.
up on it.
Okay.
We need to back up.
I refuse.
So, that's what happens. And it is now Bjorn's turn.
A clever trick, Golem, but you will fall today at the hands of Bjorn the Mighty. And I take another 2 reckless swings at it.
Okay.
First one is. How does a 19 say? Yeah, that should hit.
That hits.
Nice. Second.
Yeah, you guys pretty much already figured out the AC. So.
I got 2 19s.
And then they both hit.
I don't crit on a 19 though. Man, everything but a fucking nat 20 on these. All right, let's see.
There's a feet for that, right?
Yeah, if I was a
No,
fighter.
there's a class for a
Yeah.
subclass
I know
for
the
that.
fighter did it.
I was a
wondering
champ.
I
if
don't
there was a
think
fighter
there's a
that did it.
feat. No, it would be a pretty,
Pretty nasty
good
feat.
feat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that it would break the
There,
balance. Of the
there
game.
is in
I wouldn't
3.5.
either.
Yeah.
Just
There
gives
is in
you the,
3.5,
great
it's,
master
like a
feature.
like
expanded.
Pathfinder
It, also
too,
Pathfinder,
yeah.
it's like expanded critical, or
'Cause that's what
Yeah,
it
like
does,
I feel
right?
like it was a
Fighter.
thing in
or it's. I think it's like also you can get like a keen weapon does the same thing.
14 slashing and
No, it's for champion
11 lightning.
Okay,
So you have to take the
That
subclass.
was a nasty
champion fighter.
first hit.
that was. That's pretty good.
Ready?
Yep.
Another 14 slashing and can I give another roll? No. 7 lightning, and then he will make a dex save of 18.
Okay, and speaking of 14, you take between the two hits, you take 14 points of fire. And that's a nat 20,
You're
so
just,
he
like,
makes a
punching
save.
them?
Okay, so he'll just take 3
He's chopping
roll
at
that
the guy.
round it too.
Uh,
Oh no, I'm sorry. I still have to roll the damage on
Or it's
that.
just because it's melee, isn't it?
He takes half of 3.
Takes 1 point.
Uno damage.
All right,
Actually, if he's resistant, yeah, it would be 1, huh?
it doesn't matter. It's always half rounded down.
Yeah, if he succeeded and
He succeeded, and then
resisted.
but it's always minimum 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, so that's your turn,
Yes, sir.
Tomer.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
One's an 18 and one's not gonna hit. So 18 plus not 8, that hits.
Mm-hmm.
This.
How's this big fellow looking?
He is pretty torn up.
So 7 points of magical damage.
Actually, he's
1 point,
very hot.
7 points of magical damage. 1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Oh no, he's hot.
And then bonus action, I'll just attack with my claw because I can.
Just imagine him in his underpants.
12 plus 9, that hits. That'll be another
Mhm.
D8. 8.
Okay.
And then I will use my movement and I'll take an attack of opportunity and move farther away from the lava. Because I don't want to get burned alive.
All right, so you move
Attack of
out.
opportunity.
Okay, so that is definitely going to be a hit.
Yikes.
Okay.
It's okay, you take half.
Uh,
Slashing, piercing,
oh wait,
and
not
bludgeoning.
magical. Does that count as magical bludgeoning?
I think
What-
all elemental is
whatever he is.
magical.
Fair enough.
So that is
At least.
19 points of damage.
Ouch.
Okay.
And, or sorry, 19 points of piercing.
Just straight up.
And then, oh, that's kind of shit. 3 points of fire. Also, from the attacks you did on him, you're going to take 11 points of fire.
Okay.
So that's the end of your turn?
Yep.
But you got a pretty good distance.
Okay.
Bjorn's about to eat shit.
On after your turn, he uses 3 legendary actions.
Jesus fucking
Can you do
Christ.
that?
Goodbye,
Yes.
everyone.
Now,
I
you
didn't
did
use
that
as many
before.
as
I
you
don't think
can.
anyone.
You
I
can
don't
use
know
as
where-
many as you have.
I assumed it was one at a time.
No, there's well, there is if it's only cost 1, but there are things that can cost multiple.
Oh.
So he saved them up and he's using all 3 right now. He did this
I was
last time as
saying-
well. So once again, the entire room, deck save, please.
No.
Dex save. Come on, make me do more cons.
No.
Much better at calm.
No, thank you. You have advantage on this anyway.
Yeah,
20.
but it's not good enough. 13. I only have a +2.
Well, 14.
Okay,
Whoa,
so
brag about
going
it.
around the room.
15.
28.
14 for Leon, and give me 1 second because I haven't yet rolled.
Okay,
23.
okay.
That's a cock die. I'll go with that. Yeah, 12 for Cassiopeia.
Okay, so Persephone, you and your horse and Bjorn have failed. So all three
Dude.
of you take 24 points of fire damage. You're halved because it's
And
you're
half
resistant.
for horse because horse evasive.
Okay, so half for the horse.
I'm going
The-
to die.
You two take 12.
So 24 in total, though, right?
24 in total. Half if you passed or you've got resistance, and a quarter if you pass and you've got resistance.
Yeah, I didn't. All.
It's looking singed.
I am the heel slut.
Now, also because I forgot about it, but you started your turn in there and stayed there.
Yeah.
So you're also taking damage from the lava that
Yep,
you're
yep, yep.
standing in.
Bjorn knew the
Because I keep
Ooh,
getting
ouch!
fire.
13 points of fire.
Honestly, that's fair.
Yeah, if you're standing in lava.
No,
fair
I-
enough.
13 points, super fine.
he's locked in combat with this
Mhm.
thing.
Your leather boots gone. But
One
you
of
know
them
what?
is not walking away.
Gold.
Yes.
You're up.
You're up.
Guess what I'm doing?
Bow.
I think the
Is it
same.
bow? Is it bow?
It's bow.
Yeah.
I did. It has been brought to my attention, however, I have to be attacking a secondary target to get my third attack, so I'll be only making 2 attacks from here. on
Oh, okay.
You can attack
See?
Leon and get the third.
out. Or you.
I
Make sure you
can't take
stay
too
enraged, sir.
I can't take many more. Bjorn is not looking great.
Especially from his arrows with the 90 damage he does every shot.
You will kill me.
That is an 18 to hit
Yep.
on the first, and then secondarily, that is a 22.
Yep, both hit. You know what? That means I should probably give him back about 60 hit points
No,
for,
that's
for the
not
third
right.
attack.
I don't think so.
I'd probably be lowballing it.
All right, that's 19 damage on the first.
Okay.
And then 21 damage on the second attack.
Okay.
I'm then going to back further towards the door.
Okay. As that second arrow slams into this thing, it starts to collapse over and then
Yes.
explodes out.
Just release your shitload of lava right. in your
Everyone
face.
deck saves.
Stop making me roll dex save.
That is a 21.
15.
23 for Leon and 8 for Cassio.
25 for me.
Okay. If you have
Danger.
under 20,
God damn it! I had a 19.
Whoa.
Wow!
I'm glad I rolled a 21.
Oh, hold on.
25.
I'm gonna use this thing.
Okay.
I'd like to
I
burn a
rolled any
legendary
number.
resistance.
Hey,
the
Jen
thing.
You
made it.
use that. See, there you
made
go.
Yay!
My phone heard us talking about Subway and it's giving me a Subway ad now.
So that is going to be 25 points of fire damage
That's
As it-
exactly enough to kill me.
as it explodes,
12 or 13.
and the wall behind it cracks even more, and lava begins to pour in very fast, especially on the western wall. It starts to come in and fill in towards the door that you originally came through into here.
So
Is half 12 or 13?
So,
12.
However,
so because we're still in initiative,
You
my
are
turn.
still in initiative.
yeah, my turn hasn't ended yet.
Oh, you're right.
I'm still alive. I have a relentless rage.
Okay, you're still alive?
Yes. That was just enough to knock me down to that first one.
All right, never mind.
I have a
I will
20.
not come and grab you then. I will
That would be an
instead.
impressive feat of strength.
I will instead move towards the door to try and get it open. But
Okay.
it's not- I don't have an
Actually,
action.
To
that's it.
the east door that you guys were going to go through.
That's the only option left.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the room isn't very big. You're easily able to make that distance. Like I said, it's 20 by 20, and you got plenty of movement. So you make it over to that door, and you go to open it. Opens.
Cool.
Doors open.
Quickly, let's go.
So that's your turn.
Just,
It's not there anymore.
I won't
Yeah.
make the mistake a second time. Did anything cool drop from this thing's body? Any artifacts or anything that may have been inside?
Lots of warmth.
Oh,
No, nothing cool that came out of the lava when this
No, it
thing.
was all very, very hot. None of it was cool.
Anything
no-
hot?
Give me a perception
You
check.
see a like plastic bunny girl figurine like melt.
21.
Absolutely nothing.
So relentless rage only lasts until the end of your rage, right?
Oh, he's taking damage
Let's
every
take a
turn.
look.
So
Right, but
If you
But you're
drop to
unconscious,
0
you no longer
HP while
rage, right?
raging and don't die outright, which means
That means you don't
hit
you don't
rage-
die.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can make a DC 10 con saving throw, and my plus is
and
10.
pop to a 1. One
If
hit
you
point, I
succeed,
believe,
your
right?
HP becomes 26.
Oh wow, never mind.
Each subsequent use of this feature raises the DC by
Hell's
5.
Not Hell's Rebuke.
After completing a short or long
Strength
rest, it
Grace,
resets to
what you're
10.
thinking of.
all right, good to know
I-
Yeah.
because I was gonna know if I.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
Yeah,
I need to
The
clarify if I
undead
needed to
thing.
quickly heal so that you didn't die instantly.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
I actually
Is
got more health
Persephone
after
closer to the door, I'm assuming?
No, she went to the western wall.
Yeah, I just
So
thought-
she's getting very close to having lava come to her. Same with Leon because he flew over there to heal her.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So-
You said the keyword. He flew, which
Well,
means he doesn't have to.
Well, actually, he
touch
didn't.
lava.
There's not really a lot of room to fly. It's not really that tall.
I would like
so
You
he,
said that at the very start.
I would like to get on all fours and rush over to Persephone, tell her to jump on my back, and I'll rush towards the door.
I mean, I was gonna walk, but yeah, sure.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. You guys said since we're still in initiative, so here's the question: do you want to stay in initiative?
Well, I
or not?
only said that because I thought he was going down, so I could be an initiative to grab him before
Okay.
lava grabs.
So
We're going to
if
get
you
boulders gated when you
okay,
exit initiative
so
and take 100 damage.
So the question is, do you want to stay in initiative?
I feel like it benefits us, like, because he keeps asking about it. I feel like it benefits us if we stay in initiative.
I don't care.
I'm already on the other side of the door now, so I don't give a shit. That's all yours.
Yeah, we can stay in if you,
Okay,
whatever
so
the deems,
Percy, is your turn.
deems.
I was gonna get closer to the door, my best avoiding lava as reasonably
What's your movement
possible.
speed?
Normal 30.
You're through the door.
Oh,
Oh, I go-
It's 20
yeah.
foot
Oh
across.
yeah, I get the door. We're
You,
good.
you and Gold are now on the other side of that door on
Alright,
the east wall.
You
the way
wanna
everyone
cast
was
create
talking,
water
it
or
made,
something?
it made me think that everyone
Okay.
was
That'd
like,
be handy.
Yeah,
oh,
just
yeah,
create
sure.
water.
Yeah,
Oh,
Leon,
Flash it on there.
I go to door.
Here's a gallon of water. Did
Okay.
I help?
you can't create water?
Yeah, I don't remember how much
Where?
it is. On the floor.
Just
On Bjorn's
on the
shoes.
floor, on the lava, where exactly?
On the lava. I don't remember how much. I have
Gonna make
shape water,
another
not
portal.
create. I
Okay.
can only
Does
shape
not
it.
You
shape
can only
water
shape it.
create water?
So wait,
I don't
you
know.
opened the door then? The door opened?
Yeah, he opened
Okay,
the door.
we could
The,
No, I have
the
to
east
choose
wall.
an area of water that I can see.
We could have just avoided this golem the whole time and just fucking left.
Wait,
No.
guys, come back.
I do not create water.
Okay, so you head out.
I'm sure
you
it
head
would
out.
follow us.
It is Leon's turn.
I go door.
You go door. Bjorn, you're up. You're still standing in the lava.
Yeah, hit me.
12 points of fire damage. As I assume you move the fuck out of there.
Yeah, so the way this played out in my head, he watches the arrow fly over him. It cripples this thing. The blast, he sticks the axe in the ground and like, and he says, "Glorious!" as he turns around and
All right.
leaves.
And you got plenty of movement. You're out. Okay. Tomer.
Booking it on all fours.
All right. Everyone is out. You still got the door open. Lava is
I
now
want
coming
to
in.
close the door.
Okay.
I
Whoever's
want
the
to wait till
last
we all
in.
got in
Yeah.
and then close
Okay.
the door. Yeah.
So, on either Gold or Percy, because you would be next up, you can close the door. Okay. Door closes, and you can still kind of see kind of a glow just around the edges. I mean, it's fairly tight seal, but you can still, because of the heat and the light coming off of the now exposed lava that's pouring into this room, you can still kind of see a glow kind of from behind the edges of the door.
Does it look like it's gonna seep through it all?
You don't know, but the room, as you close the door and see it, it is filling up a little bit faster and faster, because as that wall that it's coming through is like being eaten away more by this lava as it's flowing now and moving, it's adding to it. It's melting that rock and bringing it in, and that whole room seems to be kind of filling up.
I'm also going to thaumaturgy or prestidigitation appropriately and write on the door, lava behind door, just in
Okay.
case we forget on our way
Don't
back.
dead. Open inside.
All right. So yes.
I have a question.
And then I'm going to back away from the door.
Since I have lichen regeneration, it says that you start of your turn, if you're with 54 or less HP, you gain 3 every turn. Does that
Okay.
mean I just heal back to full if I'm still in lichen
No.
form?
No,
Under
when you're
54.
54 or less HP.
I am. I meant.
So you'll
Yeah,
hit
no,
back.
what that
And
means
then
you
when
gain
you
go to
3.
54.
Once you get above 54, it stops.
Oh, I'm not even there yet. I'm at 31, so I just go to 54.
Yeah,
Or
basically.
increments of 3 until you get to
Until you
whatever.
get there.
You'll gain 3 if you're on.
knowing
How long does your form last? When
An
you
hour.
Whenever, so yeah, you would get up to 50.
All right. If that is the case, and I see that like the ember or like the orange glow is rising, I'm gonna take out my water skin and I'm going to go ahead and uncork it.
Oh, there we go.
I'm just gonna
Oh, that's right, 'cause
direct
I
you
can see the water.
to take the water and form it at the
Yeah,
seam so it cannot go through cracks in the door. That way it solidifies.
We'll glue
there.
the door.
Just evaporates
We're
instantly.
gluing the door.
So you put the water with your shape water around the edges of the door. How long does shape water last?
It's a cantrip. It doesn't matter.
It's instantaneous, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the water goes up there, and after just a couple seconds, you can feel the heat already behind it, and you see like steam as that water just kind of continues to kind of heat up, and then eventually it's evaporating off of there. You don't know if it worked or not. You just know that that's hot.
Well, I'm still gonna back away from the
We
door.
should move anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
So you are out of initiative, and yes.
I'm just gonna real quick cast Mass Cure Wounds 5th level to get us up a little bit because I know I'm not doing great.
I've got plenty of spell slots, so I'll likely be following you with that as we walk.
Well, you
But
got
Okay.
that.
Which, speaking of which,
Feeling great.
you now see in front of you a hallway that goes down for about 40 feet and then appears to have kind of a Y where it kind of goes off at looks like a 45 off towards kind of the southeast and then 45 off towards the northeast.
All right.
And
14 to everyone.
there's a couple sconces along there. Nothing is lit at this time. So other than the slight glow around the edges of the door that is now behind you, there is essentially no light. But
Up light.
yeah, but you guys have dark vision anyway. So,
Ding.
so
I made a flashlight. It's fine.
oh, there you go. So that is where you guys currently are, and this is where we're going to stop to take our break.
Okie doke.
So we will see
18
you
here.
all in just about 10 minutes.
Good night.
As a reminder, again, if you are watching on YouTube or on Twitch, you can affect the game. You can say, hey, I would like to see this happen. Okay, and by donating on
Guys, I forgot my check.
donating Twitch bits, you can cause something to happen.
Open the door.
Or on YouTube, if you super chat us and say, I want something to happen, guess what? It can happen. All you got to do is super chat and say what you'd like to happen, and then it will happen. As long as it doesn't completely break the game, that's what we'll do.
Until we get
So-
outside and you freeze to death.
With that being said, we will see you guys in just about 10 minutes, and we will continue from there.
See ya.
All right.
Yep.
Racking.
I did.
Okay, everyone,
walked
we are back.
Hello.
So, where we left off, as we said before, you guys are now in this hallway. It goes down about 40 feet.
I go down
then
and go left.
branches off 45 to the left, 45 to the right.
Funny enough,
Boop,
that's
boop.
the decision I wanted to make anyway. So
I
it's
boop,
alright
boop
by
it.
me.
As soon as we get a point to take a breather, maybe we.
Oh no! The second we get a chance
I want
to
to step
take
away
a break,
from the lava.
Yeah,
room.
yeah. I'm just saying, the second we get a chance.
Boop.
Bjorn would
Go,
never ask for that, though.
Jason.
Mhm.
Along the way, is there any like rubble that we can kind of make a passway to try and block lava flow should it come through?
I mean, so far you really haven't moved too far from the door.
I get you, but down the pathway, is it like
Well, it depends on where you go, because right now it
Forward left.
doesn't. Well, it looks like a hallway. It is worked stone. Okay, like stone blocks all worked and put together. Very, very intricate, or I should say not intricate, but
ornate?
no, it is expert craftsmanship. It is pristine how good these blocks fit together. They're just going. So everything is
Boy, you bound?
nice and uniform and solid. Going down this hallway, there's no real rubble. There is ash and dust still in this area as well, but other than that, it's just the passageway
All right.
at this point.
forward, left.
Okay, so you head to the 45 to the left.
Left is always right.
And you run into a wall.
Okay, so looking down this passage, what you see is this one continues on for probably a good 50, 60 feet, as far as you can tell, because that's kind of the edge of your vision. And then it looks like it might turn another 45 to the left from there.
So we're heading
Okay.
true north at that
I
point.
will
Yes.
take that path until I'm not given an option of forward.
Okay, once you get to where that intersection is, where it takes another 45, so it's going true north, best you can tell. I mean, it might be a little off, but as it's going that way, when you get there, now you see this seems to be a long passageway. Again, now you can't see the end of it because that's your end to your vision. It looks like it might continue on, but you can't tell. There are sconces along the wall, and on the east wall, your right-hand side, you can see open passages about every 20 feet. Okay, it's just like an open archway. No door, just an archway.
So you said left and right?
No, just on the right-hand
Just
side,
on the
on
right.
the east wall.
Quick
There-
note: I want to say that I'm continually activating that ring of jumping every time it's down.
Okay.
It's
You
a
just
free.
jump.
It's a free thing, so I'm just doing
Like being
tapping on it.
being as observant as I am, once we come across these, I would like to make a just a what, not a
Perception?
perspective, a
Perception?
perception check.
Perspective check.
Yeah,
A
I'd like to-
perspective
I'd-
check.
Yeah. I would like to take a perspective check and just realize how grateful
Yeah.
I am.
Roll for empathy.
Yo, bro, I got a -2 on empathy. That's a 7.
Yeah, sorry.
Um,
Yeah, you don't give a shit.
but for perception, that is a 28 as
Okay.
I peer through this open archway.
Okay. As you look through the first one you come across, which is about 20 feet in, you look that way, you're looking east through this archway. Again, dark.
Mhm.
But it seems like this has opened up into a larger space. You just get a kind of a little look at it. It looks like it is about maybe 20 feet wide again, but this is probably about 40 feet long. And the ceiling in here seems to be about 20 or 30 feet high. In this space, what you see is a bunch of desks. All seem to be lined up, almost like on either side of like a pathway down the middle from one end to the other.
At the school.
So desks on this side and on this side, facing in. Another set, another set, another set, just kind of going down with chairs behind them. Okay. Behind these, against the walls, it looks like some shelving and cabinets and things like that. And in there are bunches of dust covered or ash covered, as you would say. It looks like books, scrolls, things like that. There are papers and things like that that seem to be scattered on these desks. And sitting at almost every desk is a corpse hunched over on the desk itself.
Adult or child?
They look about 4 feet tall. You tell me.
This was a dwarven sweatshop for.
I missed the
Jesus
whole
fucking
like
Christ.
what we came into. I don't.
So if that is the case, seeing what I see, I'd like to walk in and just make an investigation check on some of the desks and see if any of them were working on anything in particular.
What did
All right. It looks.
We're trying to get out.
Oh,
But we're just looking at stuff as we see.
It looks like.
Clues.
If you're gonna actually look, I will need an
but
investigation.
the goal is. to
So that's a
leave.
nat 1 for a 3.
Okay. You can't tell because it's all in Dwarven.
Oh,
But
See-
I just see papers on
You
the
just
desk.
see papers. You see a couple books. You see what
You
looks
take
like
things.
all these old inkwells that are obviously by now the ink is dried and cracked and useless. With some of them have a quill stuck in them. Others, the corpse is holding or was holding a quill. It's just kind of resting in their bones that are left over. Seem to be writing in a book or a scroll or some kind of things. Work was happening here. What it was, you're not sure.
I guess I will take the first book and set of papers I can and return to the group.
Okay.
you didn't take the thing?
The thing? The pen?
Languages. Weren't you talking about that earlier?
It doesn't get that yet.
I was trying to be secretive.
I have to take a long rest first.
Fair enough.
So I don't know what I'm looking at right now.
Fair enough.
Okay. So that's what you grab something. Okay.
Yeah, I just grab the first book and the first stack of papers that I see,
Okay.
and I will return back to the group in haste.
All right.
I keep.
Doesn't take you very long. The rest of the group was kind of moseying down to next. Once again, you see, and there's another archway on that side. It looks like another room, almost identical to the first that you just passed. Okay, and then yet another, almost identical. And then finally, as you're going down that far, you see that the hallway has continued on until you've probably gone about 150 feet in total, and again, about every 20 feet you've seen, and it's the same things. Okay, but then when you get towards this end, you see that you've got a T.
Left.
Hallway goes left and right. So now you're going to head back to the west. Okay, so you get to this T. You look down, and as you turn your head to see, about 20 feet down, the hallway is filled with what looks to be cooled off, solidified lava filling the space.
Right.
This
Also solidified magma to the right.
no, to the right,
Unsolidified magma. Die.
to the right,
6 adult
you
red
see
dragons.
a very, very long hallway,
We'll be going.
sconces on it, and you don't see any doors on anything, and this just continues and continues for a long ways.
So do I.
I'm gonna put my hand in front of Percy.
Just grab the back of the I guess bra strap. Just running in place.
There have been many traps in here. Perhaps we should take
Yes,
some
I would have
caution.
known that coming here the first time.
Just sets off all the traps.
Is anyone here proficient in thieves' tools?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We got a bunch of fucking criminals.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you two fucking hooligans take point and look for traps.
How about
I do that.
we stop just a moment? We've been
How long have we been
booking
in
it through this thing ever since we got in that separate room. I haven't had a moment to breathe.
In
I have to
total,
agree with the
since,
small wolf.
since you first teleported in here,
How ragged is everyone looking?
with all the walking and looking for
I'm
things, it's probably
worse
been
for
2
wear.
3
Standing. I've been healed a few times.
Yeah.
Guys,
So, what all is our situation here? We were teleported into this volcano.
Yep.
Where exactly did we land when we got
Yeah, so I
teleported?
thought we were
Into
told to
the
leave.
caldera,
No.
in like a ledge on the side that you kind of basically the ledge came out maybe 15 feet away from the actual like vertical cliff face going up in this caldera, and you looked over and down the bottom. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking lava.
Oh,
And then there was
guys,
a
I would have just
ton-
dimension doored out.
there was basically a
volcano, then
tunnel.
called it a day.
I tried.
well, yeah, but the thing is, you got teleported here because you were trying to get from here to the ley lines, and this was the direction to go to one of the ley line
So what-
intersections.
I don't think it'd be any
So
better
is our
outside,
goal
be
not
honest with
to
you, Chief.
leave the volcano? Like what is?
We're
No,
trying
we
to
actually
get
found
here.
some
I'm
clues
trying to
about the
figure
ley
something
line.
out, but
Well, your goal actually, from what you guys have, the party has stated before, your goal is to get to one of the two ley line intersections, determine if that one looks like it's going to be the one where Rod's going to be placed.
And that's
And if it
potentially
is,
in this
then
volcano
stop-
thing.
Well, if it is, then stop it.
Yeah.
If it's not, then get to the other one.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, because I don't think you were here when I showed
I-
this,
No, so I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
For you, on the other hand,
so
this is
showing you
active Red
here,
Dragon territory,
so this
according to 200.
is where you're at
That goes
on
in
top.
the
Okay.
We at the volcano one.
Secondary-
And actually here, I'll do this one because this one I actually drew in some ley lines. This is one intersection of ley lines.
To us.
This is the other intersection of ley lines. The two that are on
Has
the
already
continent of
been
TOGG, as
placed.
far as you guys know.
Mhm.
Here's the
We don't
volcano
know
where
yet,
you
but the only
teleported in.
way
The
Oh,
reason we
is it the
teleported in
cross
there
point? Is that
is because when you teleport,
So we need
you
to go
have
the
to
one
know
Yeah.
where the fuck
Yeah.
you're going.
Well, we probably
Well,
need to head.
That's where Sam knew to go.
Because we think this one's
So
going to be.
you're
on the
heading
intersect.
in this direction through the mountains,
one
trying
that
to
his
get
mouse
to
is
there.
on is
Gotcha.
not the one that we.
That's the goal.
That's the one that we
theory,
believe has already
continuing
had a
in
run
through
placed.
here will get us.
So we
to
need
In
to
the
theory,
left
heading
from there?
east.
I don't need to
That's
get
the
out
idea.
of volcano
Okay.
to do job.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Trying to guide
That
it.
is the
We,
one
we
that's
don't
clear.
fully know yet, but it would be silly for this dwarven civilization to have been destroyed, them have knowledge about the route, and then it not already have a rod here. That'd be wild if they were just saving this one for later.
And we already saw the root boosted golem.
Yeah, if they had already placed or if they have already conquered the civilization, said, nah, we'll leave this one for later, super lucky.
Can I just do a roll? Do I know if there's been a rod placed here? Is that a thing I know?
You've advocated for
Give me a history. check.
arrest, correct?
no, I
Actually-
actually was advocating to try and
Well,
talk.
Roll the history and then.
While resting.
I rolled
I
an
agree with
11.
role play.
Okay.
I don't know if
I
I
agree
yeah,
with that.
No, I mean about a plan out
That's
of
a
character.
There's already a plan out of character. You just weren't informed.
No, I'm trying to add on to my plan.
Oh, your plan. What's your plan?
Let's hear it.
Well, I wanted to know your guys' opinion
Okay.
because I have a spell that I've never had the chance to use before
Go on.
that Sandwich probably used to get us here.
Out with it, boy.
Maybe I can use to get us closer to our destination. It is 7th level teleport.
Oh.
And I want to hear your guys' opinions on if that's a good idea or not.
So, what exactly does 7th level teleport
You have to
do
know
for
where
us
you're
there?
going.
I'm
Is the
so
short
glad you
version,
asked.
I think.
Yes, that's a short version. Spell instantaneously transports you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, or a single object that you can see within range to a destination you select. If you well, I'm sorry, I just mental imagery flashbang. Some really petty wizard teleports a bag of burning shit into his arch nemesis lab or something. Okay, anyway. If you target an object, must
You
be
know what?
within-
That's funny. Inspiration point.
Damn witch and his rival across town.
The one that's no longer standing because it burnt down. He's dead.
You hate to see.
To,
Sandwich did.
Yes, who could also teleport an object, but anyway, destination you choose must be known to you and it must be on the same plane of existence as you. Your familiarity with the destination determines whether you arrive there successfully. The GM rolls D100 and consults the table. So, we're ignoring permanent circle and associated object because we don't have that. It goes very familiar, seen casually, viewed once, description, and then false destination. So, very familiar. There is a chance for a mishap on a 1 to a 5.
Let me just narrow it down for you right now.
Okay.
None of you have been to where you're trying to get to.
Heard of.
Yep.
You have maybe a description of it based on looking at a map.
Yep.
That's it. So you'd be at description.
Yep.
Jason, can you pull the map back up here for me?
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm on
gold
board,
has been
small
to this
warrior.
continent previously.
You have, but not to where you're trying to get to.
Not exactly, but I could at least get us out of this clusterfuck. Because Gold, on his expedition from Overshore,
Mm-hmm.
had taken the route up to this little peninsula here and had cut down towards Mad Katah.
Mm-hmm.
Made it about halfway before we ran into that large orc encampment where they were working on the Dragon Project.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than be in a lava-filled death trap of a maze, we could be in a barren wasteland with the chance of running into orc colonies
And other things.
and dragons.
And other things.
So we
But
kinda
I do have a
wear
very
our
good
options.
description I could give you of the position unless the sands have changed.
And it would still be description.
Yep.
It would end up being the same
So
level
I
on the
could
table.
give a much better description than pointing at a
It's-
map and saying,
Yeah,
"Yo, right
but
here,
it
bro."
still qualifies as
Yeah,
description
just
because he has not seen it.
Yep.
So it still goes to description.
Could I paint a picture?
I have
Okay.
the utmost faith
I
in you.
may
small
give you
warrior.
a little bit of
one
a
moment.
bonus
Okay.
if you
It
if you
doesn't-
roll performance and do well.
It does not even matter because viewed once and description are the exact same
Oh yeah,
rolls.
yeah. Pretty
Okay, so at that point, we're better off just aiming for the ley line and saying, "Good fucking luck, brother."
So that's our options here. I can teleport us potentially to where we want to go,
I have the utmost faith in you, small warrior.
or we can stay here in this lava maze.
So, what are our odds on your teleport? 50-50?
No.
No, it's like a 10% or less.
No, it's,
No.
it's
5%.
25% chance you actually get to where you
Oh,
want to
okay.
go.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
75% chance
I just
that
needed him to tell me
that
that
you're off
character.
Yeah, well,
That could be anywhere in
No
the
bueno.
map.
Leon wouldn't know the percentage chance.
Yep.
But
No,
you
but-
know how your spell works.
But
Yeah.
knowing how magic works, we know it's not.
Can I get a number?
great.
let's say we have
Repeating 4% chance.
more likely odds to appear either in an area similar to where we want to be, or completely off target, or we just get hurt.
My vote's on walking, but I mean,
That
we
doesn't-
can always save that as the oh shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, if we were going for the oh shit, and we have context clues that the rod is not at this location and is at the other one, or vice versa, we need to head to the other one, the rod's already here. Would we not go for the one that we have no fucking clue on, as we can just tell you where that is on a map anyway?
It's still
If
gonna-
we have a risk of being sent somewhere else entirely,
Jason,
after what it took to get here,
timeline-wise, how long has it been since I've used my last dimensional teleport?
a day.
Yeah, like
3 to 4
a
days.
couple days.
Okay, so
Something like that. Actually, 3 days, because 3 days. Because you spent 2 days there. You came in. You had one night, and then you teleported
Fucked off
here. So
here,
3
yeah.
days.
yeah. I'm just
While
trying.
all this is happening, can I look for disarm traps?
What is it, a month? So
Sure.
45
Go ahead and
days?
give me investigation
Shit.
checks.
There we go.
I'm just gonna say because you're basically checking every, an area of about 10 to 15 feet at a shot. So
How many do you
it's a very long hallway. So that'll be, we'll call it 10 checks.
Actually, more important question then,
Mhm.
because the wording on this, when does the next month start?
It's months and years. It's
It says twice per month, sir.
50 days.
It's essentially supposed to be.
I know what you're going
Yeah,
for, sir.
it's
but,
because it's technically because it is 7 weeks in a month.
yeah.
It's really about 3.5 weeks apart, is what it ideally means.
I know.
Mhm.
Are we walking and
I'm just
talking,
trying
by
to
the
get
way,
you to
or
tell
are
me
we
how long till I can
chilling?
teleport.
She's
It's really
checking for
the
traps.
Well,
That's what
since
we're
you
saying.
just did it 3 days ago, it's about 3
Yeah.
weeks.
Bjorn would
Okay.
have sat down and
Yeah, at this point, I would be advocating for a short rest.
those are my numbers.
set his weapon against the wall.
A short rest does nothing
Okay,
for me. I'd
so-
rather long rest. I'd rather travel
don't
a
find
little
any
bit further
traps?
down and find a better spot.
You don't find any traps. 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 You don't find any traps.
Hey,
You don't find any traps, and you don't find any traps.
I don't think there's any traps.
Perfect.
I walk down hallway.
Mhm.
I follow.
All right, I guess we're continuing to move. He stands back up and
Until we can get a safe distance from the back. That's
So,
probably a good
You
idea.
go a total of about another
risk of
150
running into
feet
something
till you
else,
get
though.
to the end of this hallway where there is
Certain death, potential
door.
death.
Open door.
Okay.
By
We don't know
me,
that
I
the lava
mean
is
anyone
still
who's not
coming.
me.
Okay. So Persephone wants to open the door, but she doesn't want to do it herself, she said.
Fine, I walk up and
I'm squishy.
open the door.
So you're going to open the door.
Yes.
Doesn't move.
Is it a push or pull? I've tried both. I
It
want to make
doesn't
that
move.
clear.
Is it,
Hold
like,
on,
locked?
guys.
Like, does it
Read
lock?
the lintel.
Investigation check.
Oh. That's
I attempt to
Locked.
force it.
Leon, do you know
that's a
Dwarvish?
7.
You're not sure.
It might be locked, maybe, I don't know.
I attempt to force the door.
Okay. Give me a athletics check.
Jason, while it's going on, can I roll an investigation to see if there's a lintel that reads some Dwarvish text to tell us how to open this door?
19.
It doesn't budge. Yes, you can. You don't have to roll an investigation to see if there's something there, but
All right. Yeah, but
there is Dwarven script
yeah,
going around
okay,
it.
perfect. Yep, that's what I figured.
Speak.
Hey
Alright,
guys, if we
what's,
long rest, I can read this.
What's
I don't understand how that makes sense.
I need to recharge my spell slots.
I don't know Dwarvish.
Right.
However, there are dwarves.
Long rest
Just
is
like
8
I don't know
hours, though.
Spanish, I know bits and pieces to get me by. Do I
Brother.
know
I still
just
don't
random
have an answer to
phrases or
like,
words?
Give me a
in
straight
Dwarvish?
intelligence check.
never came to consensus on the
18 on the
teleport thing.
die.
The
Okay,
consensus.
um,
Let's walk.
Not unless we need to.
You have picked up about
The risk outweighs
4
the
Dwarven swear
I
words.
say all 4 of them.
None of them appear in that.
I
In the
still say
markings.
all 4 of them out
You
loud.
do.
I got nothing, guys.
Long rest, boys. Let's set up a little bit of a base camp here at the door. And just take watch and hope we don't get burned to
Alright,
death.
I'm gonna try to lockpick the door while we're setting up camp.
Okay. Give me a thieves tools check.
That's a 16 on the die plus something probably.
It's going to be plus your dexterity modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Which is
Because you're proficient in thieves tools. So.
which is a number.
Bjorn sits back down.
That's
and falls asleep.
plus
And,
1.
Remember, and I forgot about this. Did you
Where is my proficiency?
did you end up with one of the levels of exhaustion?
No.
Uh-oh. Someone did.
I
Not-
did.
Not
Okay, so you're
to
good.
my knowledge.
I know I
What's
did.
my proficiency located?
Then.
Go up.
Upper top of the screen, proficiency bonus. Under the
Right.
abilities and
Blind?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see it here.
Blinded for 1 minute.
It should just be
It's
like
plus
a
5.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm looking
so
at your sheets.
That's a 16 plus 5 is a 21.
and adding your dex mod in.
Yeah,
there?
I added all that.
Well, 16 plus 5 plus 1 for dex. So.
Oh, sorry, my brain. So 22.
Okay.
So no, it was not with the blood.
So, you guys hear a click.
Open the door.
Door swings open.
Guys, I got it.
I still wanted to rest.
Well,
for
that's
a
fine. I
second.
still opened the door. We've been here for 3 hours.
So, as you open the door,
Are we
Next
not on
level,
a time
golden.
crunch?
What-
A pair of gold glinting eyes
What-
open the size.
what you
Close the door.
what you see is similar to that grand hall that you saw. It is so big that you can't see it all. However, there is some light. The light appears to be coming from what look like along the walls, which are it's quite a ways across. It's big hall, but along the walls there are what you can only call forges, maybe. They look like forges, and they have light coming from them,
Wants to make weapons.
and they are lining the walls. Just inside of them, like closer in towards the center of these, it almost looks like individual workshops, like blacksmiths, all set up anvils, work tables, okay, racks of
Drums
tools,
of oil.
racks of tools, racks with oils and other things like that, cloths and stuff for, for wiping down, all just going along this whole, it's a grand chamber of weaponry and making weapons.
Is there anything that looks like leather, or is it all metal?
And
want us to
at first glance looking, it's, you can't really tell because they're a little further away. You'd have to go and investigate. But what you have seen already is, through some of the other rooms and things that you investigated, is cloth and leather, they break down over time. So a lot of that stuff is probably
Well, I just
rotted
know
away.
I lost my jacket, so I was looking to make a new one.
Yeah. You can always investigate.
It's funny during the break whenever he wakes up. I was actually gonna say that I pulled pieces of leather and stuff from my bag. Presumably, since he's a warrior, he'd have stuff to repair on the
sure.
go here and there.
Well,
Little
a
tiny
few
repairs.
things.
To repair his shoes that were
Yeah.
scorched on the bottom.
Of course.
Who has the best investigation?
Not
Me.
me.
Not, I have a
Okay.
+2, so no.
+6.
My
Okay.
part-time job is a private.
And since I'm in hybrid transformation, I get advantage.
All right.
I think it's been 3 hours.
No, 3 hours since we started.
Yeah.
It's only been,
What gives you
literally, it's
advantage
probably
on
been like
investigation?
20 minutes since you
Consent.
moved
Smell.
from
So
the
it's on
flight.
smell-based investigation, or
Maybe
what's
half
it
an
that
gonna be
was
on?
Smell
only when
leather?
dealing
Oh no, it's Fey, Fiends, and Undeads.
Yeah.
So we should set up
There
our
we
camp
go.
By the way-
inside that room.
Bardic Inspiration. You have a D10.
I think we should
Go nuts.
take refuge here.
Yeah,
rather
yeah, that's
than
what I just-
peer into the unknown.
Can I investigate the forge? Or I can find anything that seems.
So
For,
Zach
like,
wants to
useful
sleep in the
weapons and
hallway.
shit.
Oh, okay. I
Sure.
misunderstood.
I think the hallway closing the door is better than going to this giant open room.
Bjorn is asleep against the wall already. Within minutes of us getting there, he just
22.
Okay. You, looking at one of the closest forges, which,
what?
This
You-
man's
you
running
literally-
from him already.
you literally walk like 100 feet away from the
Which
group
we'd
to
be
go and
ready
look at
to.
one of these forges and the
I'm
work
just gonna
area
close the
set up
fucking
next
door
to
on
it.
him.
And you get there, you start kind of rummaging through the shelves, the workbenches where all the tools are and stuff, and you see there are some decent looking tools. They're actually in relatively good shape. There's a layer of kind of ash covering everything, but they're actually, when you pick one up and brush it off, just these tongs look like almost like they're brand fucking new. Holy shit, these are really good. The tools and everything you find are really good quality
They're
and
dwarves.
still intact. Okay, but what you don't see is you don't see any good leather or cloth. It's like, you see maybe a few remnants of it. It's rotted away.
I'm not looking for cloth specific stuff yet.
But that you do see some, there are some papers here and there on the floor, on the workbenches and stuff. You can't decipher the writing, but it looks like maybe patterns, maybe like armor patterns or a weapon, design or stuff like that, based on the sketches and stuff you're seeing. You actually do find a couple stray coins, 5 gold worth of stray coins just kind of sitting on this one
You're
forge.
Can I actually take
Alright.
those sketches of weapons and armor?
Sure.
I'm in there too, by the way. I wouldn't have opened the door. I just chilled.
Yeah.
Here you go, Tor.
Yeah, I was
Go find all the
I was
cool
supposed to
stuff.
be in there since I gave him the Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah. You're there.
Yeah, there's nothing good here. It's just basically they were probably going to
You
prepare
see
to
all
start
the
forging.
glinting steel swords on the wall. There's nothing good here.
Who's between you two is looking worse?
I don't know.
I'm at 48 of 112.
You're not there.
I think where the plan is to long rest.
Yeah.
I'm
thought
not
you were just gonna
great, but
take a
I'll live.
sleepy-
Okay, just making sure.
I could still keep walking.
After I scope it out, if no one's gonna be, are you guys going back to the other two?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay in
Bjorn
the
is loudly
forge.
I
snoring.
was fine.
I'm gonna stay in the forge, place my hammer down, and start meditating.
And if we're taking a nap, I guess I'll take a nap. But
Okay. So you guys are going to attempt a long rest?
Yep.
Okay. So,
Probably better than
how are you setting
split
up
ourselves
watches,
into 2 rooms,
if at all?
The door slammed shut and 2 more golems appeared.
They erupt out of the forges while you all sleep and just beat the shit out of you.
Forge.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
take last, I guess.
If anyone chooses to wake up Bjorn, he'll take a watch. But
Who's
other than that,
got-
he's just gonna.
Mid-watch?
mid-watch.
I'll take mid-watch. So I'll meditate the first half while he's on watch, and then I'll go next.
Gold's too petty. He likes to sleep.
Okay. So,
Doesn't even need to. That's the
Oh,
funniest part.
Yep. so first watch. I need you to roll perception check.
Perception. It's gonna be 26.
Okay.
Looks around the corner. The lava's like peeking around the corner. Then as soon as he looks at it,
So where exactly are you guys
Yeah, I was
resting?
like, I feel like we should
Th- th-
clarify
this-
that.
we need to clarify.
So we had intended to set up camp in the entryway to here, in
Yep.
the hallway, with the doors closed
I
to the
can
forge area.
close and lock the door again, guys.
Well, we don't need to lock the door. We just need it closed.
So is that what everyone's doing?
That's what I'm doing, yeah.
It makes you
Because
where
you
you have to
said you
look
were
at.
going to
I'm
meditate.
meditating in the
Way.
forge while they're staying on it, and then when it's my watch, I'll go back over that way.
Okay. So
they
so you're
lock you
in the hallway.
Yep.
Okay. So you're in there and you don't see or hear anything abnormal. Your watch goes by uneventful. Mid-watch. So you come back into the hallway
I come
to
back
watch?
after doing my prayers and everything.
So give me a perception check.
Right back, gotta use the bathroom. Got a squirrel bladder.
That's good.
Bjorn and Gold are snoring in like a sequencing motion where you go
Okay.
as you're coming down. I go.
Your watch goes by.
No, it's just
uneventful. You
constant
don't
snoring.
hear or see anything.
like eyes
Last
bloodshot. Like,
watch.
So I know I said I took watch, but what happened was I got distracted and I'm reading a book and I didn't see shit.
Okay, so what watch or what book are you reading?
it's smut.
Yeah, probably.
It's
I
the
do have in my
Necronomicon.
inventory that I
20
have
edition.
a smut book somewhere, but I know I picked up books and stuff from
It's Twilight.
Lady What's Her Face. I just don't remember what they are.
Barbara, I love this, and the
50
men
Shades.
presence.
Dark white.
Hold on, let me see if I wrote anything. The smut book is the only book I have written down, so
Okay.
I guess I'm reading my smut book.
There we go. I guess so.
Damn.
You're reading the Fourth Wing. What?
Smutty, I'm a demon.
Oh no, that book is really bloody. It's a whole chapter about giving someone a blowjob. That book's great, by the way.
Did you read it?
Audiobook version, baby. I heard it.
Just casually cruising to
Hey.
work, straight face. It's
Solar Knights is back, and once again, he's mentioned here how he loves.
describing a
How he loves. We
blowjob
got
in
every stage
excruciating
of beard
detail.
growth, guys.
This is a good listen.
Literally 10 minutes.
So yeah, engrossed in smut and
Okay.
didn't see shit even if it did happen.
Okay, good to know.
Unless it came up and hit me in the face, no idea.
Okay, good to know. All right, so you guys get your long rest.
Yep.
Oh.
If you have exhaustion, that at least if you have one level of exhaustion,
Oh,
It's
see,
gone. If you
that's
have
why
two,
guys
then
are
you're down to
pushing
one.
for a long
But-
rest.
Well,
Bjorn
I was
eventually would have
pushing
woken
for a
up.
long rest for different reasons.
I was
And then
like, my
taking the
stuff is
remaining
fine.
time to repair his stuff with bits and pieces of leather he would have.
Gold has
Okay.
cantrips now.
do you have the well, we'll
No,
call
just
it.
for
Sanders
flavor.
before.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. That
It
works.
makes
Oh,
no
they're
difference
sleeping
mechanically.
Mhm.
I spent 20 of my inspiration points. to
My
gain,
thought
initiate
process was
wizard-
he made most of his
See,
stuff.
I don't know how to spend
Some of his
my
stuff, at
inspiration
least.
on anything.
How many
My
do you
thought would be he'd have patches of
21.
leather from animals he's
feet.
hunted or anything like
for
that.
free?
Mhm.
Could be used to quick patch.
3.
Yeah, what kind of feet do you want?
I don't know.
Stuff.
I don't know how this
Okay.
inspiration spending works.
Actually,
I
if
just
he's
pull it, I
patching
don't
his
know how to
stuff up,
use it.
I'll give him a dire wolf skin
Look
that I
at
have in my bag.
That's what I'm wearing is a cloak as a dire wolf.
Yes.
Give
What I
him more
missed.
stuff to repair it.
Not really much anything.
The cape's
Nothing,
fine.
nothing
It's my
really
shoes that
happened.
got
Give me
fucking
long
melted.
rest?
Big dire wolf.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. I'll,
Coolio.
Looking straight grizzly.
All right.
He is.
Can you? Where is
Bear
the?
arms.
I mean,
He's got
if
the
it's
right
a
to
pin
bear
somewhere, that's fine. The chart that tells me what I can do with my inspiration, because I just have a pile of it. I don't know how to do anything with
it
it.
should
It's
be pinned in the Discord.
Okay, I'll take
So-
a look. It's fine.
All I know is 20 for a
So 20 for feet, 25 for
I
an
have
ASI.
Yeah.
like 21.
Or
just
Or it might be
chilling.
30.
Mm.
I thought
No,
it was
it's 20.
24.
It's
25.
24, I think. 24,
it was 25.
25.
I thought it was all sequences of 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 25.
Damn it! Now you're gonna make me look. No, Logan's got
I'm
it.
looking
We
right
don't
now.
have to. We can keep
don't
playing the
matter,
game. 'Cause
yeah.
we're not spending it
Now-
right
Now
now.
I have to look because I need to know.
Damn it.
Look at these motherfuckers over here
It literally
trying to prove
takes
people
a
wrong.
second. I'm not trying to prove it. I'm just curious.
Jordan
And it's
yawns,
been way more than a second. Just
scratches
saying.
his belly,
It
stands
is
up.
25. Cool.
Yeah, so don't suck it. Just play the game.
Yeah, I was just
Yep.
curious.
8,
Bjorn
10,
doesn't know
14,
that-
20, and 25.
Bjorn still does not know that you guys opened the door yet, so he's
Yep.
gonna try the door again. Does it just come open?
Just opens
Yeah,
now.
I unlocked it.
Okay, so it opens, and once again, you are in this forge room.
You got to describe it all in gratuitous detail. Again.
I already did.
My
so-
RP is ruined.
You slept through the
Yeah,
description.
Yeah.
So Zach,
Yeah.
your gold now has that new feat.
Yep. Hold on. My coworker, I think, is doing a like.
Is Polar Knights your coworker?
Just go call him.
This is.
Just go call him.
I'll be right back.
So this is where you are. You're in this giant
I feel like I
forge cavern, if you will.
he makes that comment every fucking.
Mhm.
I was like, I feel like I've heard this before.
Yes, yes. Polar Knights did say that last time too.
Oh, is this actually your coworker? I don't know.
So, anywho,
Goofing.
so you guys are in this giant forge cavern, if you will.
Was there a door on the other end?
You haven't gone that far. This is a
I
huge
shall
cavern.
go that
Are there
far.
any cool-looking weapons?
Are you gonna like
I'm
take time to
looking
look? So
around.
go ahead and give me an investigation
That's
check. As
not
you're
good.
taking your time looking at each of these kind of forge, blacksmithing, weaponsmithing
I will
stations.
say, in theory, because we were looking earlier,
Mhm.
you should have.
Well, he looked at one,
I was just
Specific.
casually looking at
11.
stuff.
which is just a perception check.
11.
11. Okay. It takes you as you're taking time looking like at each one. It doesn't look like there's any weapons that are finished here. You see
Nothing finished?
some that look like they might be in progress, but you kind of get the idea that they probably take the finished weapons pretty quickly to somewhere else.
I also wanted to do an investigation.
Absolutely.
That is a 15.
Okay, same kind of thing. It's you guys figure it looks like okay they take them somewhere else.
They're hiding them.
Probably to some kind of armory or something like that. But there are some that are pretty damn close. It's like okay, I mean, here's a usable longsword. It's just they haven't attached the hilt properly yet, so that would have to be attached. But the hilt's here, the blade's here. I could take these and, if I could get these attached, then I'd have a pretty nice looking longsword, so or stuff like that, so there's similar things to that.
Any throwable weapons like javelins, per chance.
You actually do see some javelins that are
Yeah, sort of.
metal tipped.
No, she's already.
Some of them don't have the tip on them yet, but you find like 3 that actually look like close enough to completion that you could use
I'll
them.
add some javelins then.
Okay.
I'll, hold on to those.
Okay.
We're investigating the.
They were
forge area
looking in
now.
the forges and the blacksmithing, weaponsmithing areas.
I suppose if we are investigating the area, I would like to go ahead and look for some stronger arrows, maybe.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I'm gonna casually keep strolling down the hallway by myself.
Okay, well it's more of a huge chamber.
Well,
not
it-
all- yeah, but yeah.
You know what I meant. Yeah.
That's a 16.
Okay. You're looking around, you come across the same thing. It's like, all right, you see a lot of arrowheads. You don't really see any shafts or anything like that around it because it looks like, that those would most likely be made out of wood because, cheaper and all that. But this looks like mostly the metal work is done here.
I got you.
Is what you figure. And so you can see, all right, we've got some things. Like I said, you found 3 javelins that they actually had to attach those metal tips. So they must have been brought in here just for that. Others weren't quite ready. But, you know, as far as arrows, you find some arrowheads. About 30 of them, arrowheads overall, as you're looking. But you come to the same conclusion that Leon and Bjorn came to is, well, it looks like completed weapons, like they probably keep it in armories.
So I believe someone else asked it, but is there a door on the anywhere else?
She is the closest one to that, and we're about to go to that.
Cool.
So,
I head towards Percy.
as you have continued on, while these guys are all looking around, you are now probably about 300 feet past everybody.
Sounds great.
And this is when you can finally really see the back wall of this. By the way, this chamber, like I said, is huge. It is at least 60 foot high. You can't really see the ceiling. So because it's not quite light enough to really show it. Yeah. So, and like I said, there's some light in here, so you can see a little bit beyond 60, but it's just...
There's some light?
Yes, from the
well,
forges.
so
Oh, the forges are still lit?
Yes.
Holy shit.
they gotta keep working.
It's been so
Even in
long.
death, they
Forge
work.
ghosts.
The forges are lit themselves.
It's
somehow.
lit, fam.
But you get close to this other side, and you finally see this back wall, and what you see kind of takes you aback for a second, because you're like, what am I looking at? You do see there is a fairly large double door in front of you. It's about 15, 20 feet tall and about the same width. We got both sides there. But then there are stairs that go up to about that same like 20-foot high level, and then a ledge, and then you're looking and it's more stairs going up to another ledge, more stairs going up, and it looks like doors upon doors. And the closest thing you can come up with is it looks like housing, like people's houses, all built into this wall, with the exception of that double door right in the middle on the ground floor. And looking at it, it's like there's got to be 30, 40, 50. I don't know how many. There's
at
a
least
ton.
six
This
here.
is huge. Just on this one side. And that's what you see as you approach.
I imagine big door too big for me to open.
I don't know. You can always try. You can always try it.
That was me trying.
Give me a strength athletics check.
You said you were doing this while we were looking, or
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 13.
Doesn't budge.
The dwarf
I'm not strong enough
delve
for a door.
too greedily and too deep.
I
what they
lean
awoke
on door to make
in
it look like I'm
darkness of
waiting
Khazad
on
Dûm.
purpose and not because I can't
Shadow
open it.
and flee.
Okay.
Then I would, like I said, I would be heading over towards her once I wrapped
Okay.
up looking for
Well, you guys were still looking at stuff. Tomer, what are you doing?
Oh, I'll just walk over to the door where she's trying to push it open.
All right. Were you going to look at anything or?
No, because I already
Okay.
investigated most of it, and I'm not really looking for any weapons because I already have the best weapon.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah, he'd be fairly close to you,
Yeah.
behind you, so you see the same thing she
when
does.
the muscle gets here, can
Yeah.
help.
yeah, I'll try to push the door open. So strength athletics.
I'll push with them, but it's not going to do anything.
it gives them advantage.
Yeah.
It does.
Good, because
Look,
me
you had
rolling is
advantage.
not helping you.
Oh, okay. 20.
Okay. You push and push it.
I'm not.
It doesn't
werewolf
seem to
form.
budge.
It's like your range.
I would like
I'd
to
15 for it.
investigate the lintel of the doorway. Is there dwarven text?
There is.
Can I cast comprehend languages on myself?
Yes, you can.
I would like to read that shit.
Okay. So, as you look at it, the words in Dwarvish say, only our chosen few may pass through the gate to the greatest treasures beyond.
That's cool. I still try to open the door.
The One Piece.
Persephone tried
The One Piece
harder.
is read.
I can't. Someone else opened it.
Did you
for me.
successfully open
Yeah,
the
did
door?
he open the door? Or?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, no.
He tried. No. Not going anywhere.
It's too big.
So
Next.
I'll go ahead and translate out to the rest of you. Essentially, the door
Are we caught up
mentions
now?
That only
Yeah,
the
you guys
chosen
eventually-
few
I
may
imagine he
open the
got there
door.
before
I
he did.
imagine it's a
No,
treasure.
no, he wasn't looking at anything. He was.
Ah.
So, what can we do to prove ourselves worthy?
I'm Bjorn. Of course I'm worthy.
Do you want me to cast Fireball?
Then Bjorn, prove yourself worthy. Open the door.
I attempt to open the door.
Strength athletics.
There's a 22.
Doesn't seem to move.
Ooh. I'm gonna look like an idiot. I should attempt to walk through the door like it's not there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. You take 1 point of forehead damage.
Fair enough.
Bjorn has a little chuckle.
Alright.
Perhaps we need to forge something.
I will steel myself, gathering all of my courage.
Okay.
Rather than trying to force open the door, I'm instead going to believe myself one worthy that whatever's beyond this door, whether it's gold, treasure, weapons, whatever, it doesn't matter. I am worth it. And I will attempt to open the door.
Okay.
Strength athletics, I'm sure.
Yep.
Did you
As I give-
translate the door to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
As I give myself this cool motivational speech, I'm going to roll a 14. And the door's not going to budge.
Doesn't budge.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I myself am worth.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self, turn myself into a dwarf, and try to open the door.
Okay. Strength athletics.
13.
Okay, I'm gonna go down to the forges.
Okay.
And snoop around to see if there are any weapons you said that are incomplete, but seem like they could be close to being finished.
Okay.
In response to my idea?
Yeah.
Yes.
Investigation check at advantage.
Let's see, Tomer, help me with this door.
It's a 16.
Yeah. You eventually find a couple things that okay, like I said, they're you know, like a sword that the hilt and the blade need to be merged together. There's some javelins that need their metal tips affixed to them. There's an axe that needs the handle, which it looks like a steel handle merged with the axe head. A couple things like that.
How do I do any of that?
Are you proficient in blacksmithing
Nope.
or weaponsmithing? Is
Mhm.
anyone?
Even not being
you have
proficient,
jack
we
and all-
also
jack
have
of
a
all
rough
trades?
idea of how it's done.
That's fair.
That's literally.
Well, I mean, you
like
have
what
an
this is
idea,
for.
but how to actually
You're a
make
little good at everything.
I'm half proficient
Yeah,
in Smith.
he's got jack of all trades.
Okay,
This is
so
a
therefore-
trade, sir.
So
It's
therefore,
a trade.
you are technically half proficient with the tools.
All right, I'm gonna make a check to try and put that sword together.
Hold on. Before you do that, I have a question, and this might help you get advantage. I know how to work with alchemical supplies, and alchemical supplies are used when
Oh, he's
forging
reaching. He's reaching.
He is reaching, but you know what?
because they
Go
use
ahead and
oil
go
bases.
Go
Different.
ahead and give me
You have the audacity to
alchemy
ask.
tools check.
What about the fact that I am proficient in banging, and banging is a required element in
Not that kind of banging.
blacksmithing?
Well, listen, I'm proficient in land vehicles, and land vehicles are heavy,
23.
just like
Okay.
animals.
So
I've used a sword before.
Tomer gives you some ideas. He's like, okay, well, we actually have to make the hilt and this blade stick together, and it's pretty clear if looking
Also,
at it
maybe
that
pull out those
the-
pirates
the blade has
that you took earlier.
has this piece on it which you've heard it called before. It's a tang, and it goes into the slot in the handle. But in order for them to stay, we got to use something to make it stick. Maybe some kind of chemicals or
acid
or acid or heat or something.
Why we're not
It's
worthy.
something. And he
Because we
just
have
kind of gets your mind going on the
He stole something. You
the
stole something.
physics. I
haven't
thought
stolen
so.
anything.
What would need to be done? So
Paper.
you can go ahead and make your check at
I can
advantage.
return
What
those
ability
anytime.
score?
I have not touched a
Um,
single-
I would
wanting
think
to
probably
read-
intelligence.
Yeah, for this it's intelligence
Okay.
because you need to understand what it is.
I haven't. And I tried that.
Yeah, but we're a
before.
group.
7.
Guilty by
Okay.
I was the first one there.
So
The door didn't know anyone else existed.
You're not exactly sure, but you think, I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
the door would close
Can
if
we
we
like
stole something
somehow like
anyway.
melt them together? Like melt the metals together
I
so
walk
they
over and I
fuse?
cast fireball on the.
But that's
If
all
only
you
there
get.
was some fire.
I figured we were attempting
Blows
it.
up the lead.
Well, this is just so you know what to do.
Perhaps you should operate the forge.
That was the idea. Yep.
While
Okay.
you all do that, I'll read my book.
Okay.
Bjorn is just
Oh,
back there, like feet against the wall, hand on the door.
You're reading your smut. I'm reading some like
try
dwarvish
again?
manual on bureaucracy.
So
It doesn't work.
you're gonna try to figure out the forge.
I'm gonna try to like forgeify something.
I'll take out the documents that I took of like the different weapons and stuff to maybe see if we can put things together based off the imagery.
Okay, give me an investigation check at advantage.
And Zach can read it.
Ooh.
Deal.
The pact has been made.
Bjorn turns around with a Photoshop glowing red.
24.
Okay. As you're kind of looking through some of the papers, you actually find
Torpid.
one that looks like a sketch of a sword blade and a hilt. And there's a couple other little drawings
Lego
on here.
instructions.
One looks like, the forge itself. Then it looks like, showing the tang of the blade into the forge, and then it's showing the anvil, and then it's showing them completed together. And there's, dwarven writing all over it, and you can't really make that out, but you get a picture, an idea of it. Now I need from you an insight check at advantage since he found that.
Real quick. They have like you
buddy.
remember Captain Underpants, right?
Yeah.
They have the flipperama of like the hammers hitting the sword.
18.
Ding, 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 ding.
Please flip the pages back.
You're like, okay, if I can figure out how this forge works, I think I can make this happen.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna call this guy over because he can do the dwarven reading, so he can help read over the blueprint.
As they call
know
me,
how
I've already
fire
sat
works.
down and opened up my book, and I go, "Oh, fucking Christ!"
Come on,
I
you
mean, the
big
forge is already lit. Right?
pussy.
I was like, I know
Right.
how
Or-
fire works.
Jason,
the middle.
what would the lore here? What would be the equivalent of Jesus Christ or oh God? What would that be in this world? Common.
well, considering there's
A pantheon of
a
gods.
huge pantheon of gods, almost every religion
But,
of the major deities has a creation story that may have some kind of prophet or other. So it depends on what pantheon or what deity you follow.
Gold was raised in an he was hardly raised in an elven
like,
village.
The Shemlo household.
And so to him, it would be blaming whatever the common creator deity would be around him, which at this point would probably be human,
Yes,
as he
I would
spent
say
very
that's-
little time in elven culture.
Yeah, that
Human
is
goddamn.
probably accurate.
Not my elf god.
Not my elf god. That guy's good. He only let my
hold on.
village burn to the ground.
Give me a second. I will look that up in a second. I'm trying to pull it up.
Just for the bit. Anyways, I would go over and help.
Of course, that had to open up on a different screen, didn't it?
So, you guys need me to read something or do something or what?
Bjorn has given up on the door at this point and walks over.
So we figured out if we can forge the weapons together, maybe the door will open.
All right, I explained.
We
how
figured out
fire
the
works.
basic schematics. We put our heads together. Now we just need to see how to operate the forge and maybe the instructions on the
You
paperwork.
stick thing in.
Ah,
heat,
you're
it
trying
get
my
hot,
idea.
Make it malleable.
Well, normally the most important thing about the forge is getting it hot. I see it's glowing, but
It's
are
already
you
hot.
adding
That's
any
not-
air?
Just read the goddamn
You
papers.
just you put it in, it gets hot. You take it out,
gonna
you bang
kill
it
me.
together.
Correct, Leon. Why would you kill me?
What would I need to roll to
You
try to see if I can learn
have
how
a
to
new
work
ability.
a forge?
Okay, so 1 second.
Probably
All right.
seen a forge worked.
Easy
So-
not knowing blacksmithing. I know blacksmithing. I'm not good at it, but I can
So-
figure it out.
To answer your question, one of the greater human gods that is kind of one of the central ones is Hilo, god of courage and self-sacrifice.
Fucking
Um,
Hilo.
You know.
He has his symbol is a right hand white gauntlet.
Clenching
okay.
wheat.
Nope, just it's just like this. It's just a white gauntlet.
Come on, that
And-
was the most like basic shit I could have said there.
But in that faith, there is a prophet that, if you want to call it like similar to ours, like Jesus, but there is a prophet.
Is his name Faith? Faith.
No,
If you could change your faith.
no, it is
You could
Eugen.
change your what?
Eugen.
Would you?
Eugeon. Eugen.
That is.
It's hard to pronounce.
If it was a game here and I had to buy vowels, I'd be broke.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Eugen. It's like Eugen Christ. No.
Very funny.
But there you go. That answers your question. Now,
So they want me to read their schematics in order to assist them in operating the forge.
okay.
So I will go ahead and translate that up to them.
Yeah, you can easily read them with comprehend languages.
Yep.
And on the paper, it doesn't tell you how to operate the forge precisely. It just tells you the steps of how to properly combine, how to take the blade and combine it with the hilt, and in fact, it's a couple pages of stuff, and it's actually from the very beginning. It's like, choosing the right metal, for the blade you're trying to. Are you using adamantine? Are you using mithril? Are you using mithrantine, which seems to be like a side note of, very rare, hard to get, stuff like that. What metal are you using? How do you, how's your form? What is the form of the blade? Double edge, single edge, all that kind of talking about it, and it goes through, and it's step-by-step instructions on how to create a blade.
Gold himself is at this point curious and would go through the extensive list and would shush them if they try and skip me. Make me
But it's very detailed, and it's quite a good description. If you explain that to Leon and Tomer, when they figure out the forge, they'll have no problems understanding the steps that need to be taken.
So while he's reading that, I'll try to investigate. I don't know what I would need to roll.
I
Just try to.
know how fire.
Just put the blade in the.
You're reading smut. You're not doing
No,
anything.
Put the thing in the thing.
Okay, so
You need to
so
get
you
it
want to
on
investigate?
Yeah.
That,
we do
that
the little
answers
air
like so
push.
many questions.
Okay,
This is
so you,
rocket
push.
science.
so you want to investigate?
Heat the metal.
14. I think that's just out next. His inspiration. So 15. 15 plus 6.
Okay, so
You-
21.
Hold on.
21.
I never gave it any inspiration after the long rest,
You gave it to me before the.
and it
Yeah.
lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
didn't use it for the investigation.
But it's been more than 10
It's been more than
Oh, then still
It's
14
been 8
plus
hours
6.
worth of 10
Okay,
minutes.
so
A
20.
point off.
20.
Okay.
So-
geez,
Here's what happens. As you're looking at this forge and trying to figure out what's going on, you notice there seems to be some kind of bellows on the side and all that, and you manage to look at the flame for a little bit. What's there? It's like I said, each of these forges, there's light coming out of them. There's flame. So you kind of look through into this window and you see this flame. It's not super big or super bright, but something catches your eye when you notice it.
The bellows?
In the forge, the flame itself.
Oh, okay.
When something catches your eye, when you look at it, it looks like a little humanoid shape that is made of fire. It's just kind of sitting there.
man.
I'm gonna immediately look at everybody. Do you guys remember the fire golem we just fought?
No, I forgot.
There's one in each of these forges.
So long as it's just performing its job.
I don't think we should.
Is there bellows on these?
Forge
There
anything.
Do you do that?
Oxygen makes fire.
Okay.
I walk over.
Just a little guy.
Okay. As you do that, I will need strength athletics at advantage
Yes, sir.
because you strong boy.
You know what? I'm going to put that one down because it's been not very nice.
2 not once.
No, pretty close.
18.
Okay.
Hey.
You manage to. It takes a little bit of effort, but you manage to pull the bellows down, and as you do, air rushes into the chamber where this little thing is, and since you're kind of watching it and you haven't really backed out yet, you notice all of a sudden a wave of heat and you're like, whoa, and you have to back up as the little figure in there kind of jumps up and starts dancing around, and flame just and a bunch of light, and it becomes so much brighter and hotter. and it's like
Can't tell if they're hostile or if they're not hostile.
They're not attacking.
Do the thing.
You're worrying too much.
It's a little fire spirit. It's fine.
All right, then we'll
Put the
just.
blade in the
I'll
forge.
start working on the forge. Try to put the blade in the thing together.
Okay.
I'm the one with the half.
Yep,
proficiency.
you are the half proficiency, so you can assist him. So, but you are the one to roll there, Leon.
If it's getting hot, I'm definitely gonna take off my coat. 'cause I'm
It's
assuming-
getting hot in here.
My
Right,
clothes
so-
are
So
already
take off your
hot.
coat. You already did.
They're
And
already
Bjorn's little
hot.
village, they're more than
Yep.
likely
All right.
would have been someone who made weapons and such. So I'm sure.
Hey, dirty 20.
Okay, so
Thank you.
with
Half
the
inch.
instructions, with the forge going, you manage to get the tang of the blade. You feed it kind of into the fire. It is hot as all heck, and it only takes 30 seconds or so before the tang is red hot. And you pull this back out, and following the instructions, you put it on the anvil, and you tap it a few times with one of the hammers to try to make sure it is perfectly set, the right shape, the right everything, and then you slide the hilt onto it, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait.
Is there,
After-
is there any old water around? I
It would-
doubt much evaporation would have happened.
It
to
would
the
be
sword.
oil.
Yep.
You dig
After
oil.
after
Oil, okay, makes sense.
about 10 minutes, according to the instructions, you then take the whole thing and you put it back into the fire for 10 seconds.
Mhm.
It warms up, it heats up, you take it out, and sure enough, near the main workbench for this station, there is a fairly tall barrel that's kind of skinny but tall, and using the tongs, you dunk this blade in, and it is oil in there, almost 3/4 of the way up, and the whole thing goes in there, and steam hisses off this thing, and you get a little bit of flame off the top for a second or two, but then eventually it kind of quiets down. You pull it out, you lay it on the workbench, and you have this sword now connected together, hilt and blade.
Is it a longsword?
Forged in
It is a
fire.
long
Now
sword.
it's time for the
It's a
durability
standard
test.
longsword.
He takes out his axe.
Okay. And it's got a coating of oil on it still.
And it's still several 100 degrees.
No, it's
No,
cooled
the oil
off.
quenches it because
It's cooled off.
it helps. It helps it burn, but not.
It's warm.
Make
Bro,
it
that
brittle.
shit would still be hot as shit.
It's warm, but it is not like burn your hands.
Oh, it's not thousands of degrees.
Yes. But it is still very warm. If you just grab it right now, you're gonna take some.
If we
some
leave it on
burn
the
damage.
anvil, it'll be a
But-
natural heat sink.
But
I
if you
can-
wait longer,
Mage hand and prestidigitation to pick up and clean.
okay.
Yeah, no way. This...
Longsword is a lot more than 5 pounds.
I don't think so.
Yes, a longsword is freaking heavy.
Yeah, you're
No,
looking at like
they're actually designed to be lighter.
depends on the
What
design
do you
of the
design?
blade.
Just like what are you calling a longsword here? Like a hand and a half, or
No, 2 hands.
This is a
Typically,
2-hand.
weighs
okay?
between
See,
2.5
I'm thinking
to
that's a
3.5
great hand, a
pounds.
great sword then.
Close enough, but
Okay, well then I won't mage hand.
But
and I'll just wait
it
a
also
second
depends
or
on what it's
whatever.
made of.
Plus, it's dwarven, so they're
I'm
gonna use,
no
like, the most-
master of swords, but I do
expensive
know that
heavy
they're
metal
designed
ever.
to be light,
Heavy
so
metal.
that you can.
They
swing
are
them.
typically a longsword like
As
this.
opposed to baby metal.
You would see it about 3.5 pounds. But
Yeah, that's about right.
this one, the weight, even though I'd say it's not. It's a little bit bigger than a standard longsword, but the weight on this feels like it's about twice that.
Okay, so twice the.
So my mage hand is struggling.
It's just a straight.
Can I find a glove anywhere nearby? I'm assuming there's a glove.
There looks to be some kind of gauntlet almost at each station that it's metal, and it may have had padding and leather inside in there at some point, but a lot of that's rotted, so you don't know if that's gonna
Or we can also
work.
just wait for it to cool down. We're fine
Yeah, that's
either
what I
way.
was thinking.
We'll leave it on the anvil to do the heat sink.
Okay, so how long you gonna wait?
Minutes, I'd say.
Read your directions. You're already doing that anyway.
How long does it say to leave it
Yeah,
to
3 to
cool
4
off?
pounds though is the typical. That was
Yep.
about right.
But this isn't.
Brother,
Yeah,
you know how
same.
long it's gonna take for that to cool off to the point you can touch it?
So then I researched a long time ago.
At least an hour.
What are the
We're
instructions? say?
killing.
We wait for however long the instructions say.
1 hour.
We
There you
wait an hour.
It's gonna hold.
And then
it
it's
for so long.
cool enough you can pick it up. It's still not comfortable, but it's cool enough you can pick it up without damage.
I'll pick it up and I'll drag it over to the double
Okay,
doors.
it's pretty heavy,
That's fine.
and it's still coated in
I
oil. So as you pick it up, it's kind of
with
slippery.
press and did
That's
the
fine.
dice.
Ah, there you go. So
I
now
said
it is
that
clean.
earlier.
It is shiny. Oh, I didn't hear you.
You're good.
I'll
It
put
is
the-
shiny. It is clean. It is good to go.
I'll put the hammer on my back and I'll walk towards the door and see if
Should we not let the small warrior who forged it?
I would
Take
say
it to the door?
indeed let the small warrior
All
do
right,
it.
I
Okay.
take the long sword.
Okay. So you walk up to the door.
We
Okay.
we will stand back to allow him to present. The
Okay.
Bjorn
As-
crosses his arms behind him like a proud dad.
As you get to the door,
Hips like proud mom.
the dwarven words along the lintel, going all the way around, glow at your approach, and the door opens. What you see
Bjorn laughs.
ahead of you now is a hallway that goes for about 30 feet. Another set of double doors at the end. And then there are a door on each side. Just regular door on each side about halfway up.
left him.
Forward.
Forward.
Onward.
We'll see if the approach causes the door to close as we all come up to Leon.
You guys join. The
Yep.
doors open.
Yep.
We will remain with Leon as we continue in then.
All right, yeah, I guess straight ahead then.
All right. So you go straight ahead. You approach the other doors.
Just the one straight ahead.
Okay. You approach the other set of double doors on the
Okay,
other
yeah.
end. Okay. There's more writing on the lintel.
I'll read it.
Okay. It simply says treasury.
You see Gold salivate a little bit.
Is
and
there any actually writing over the side doors?
No.
Now, are you ready for the repercussions of the giant golem we saw at the beginning coming to kick your ass after you steal stuff after it said not to specifically?
It said not to
Also-
desecrate.
Stealing is
Yeah,
desecrating.
remember I defined it for you guys. Also, isn't
Again, not stealing. I will leave it here. I simply
It's not
need to
stealing,
acquire
it never
knowledge.
don't dragons guard gold?
Uh-oh!
Like I feel like
Sometimes.
big door.
Dragons
Y'all
would...
told me there were dragons here.
Well, dragons are in the range, not that a dragon's here. We haven't seen signs of a dragon.
I kind of want to know what the
How
side
much
I
Who's in
looked
the same
for
dragon
signs
in
of
this?
a dragon.
You want to go
Okay.
double back and take one or two?
You give me
Yeah.
an investigation.
While
No.
she's
Yeah, you don't see any.
Oh,
yeah,
fine. There's
while they're
probably no
doing
dragon,
that,
guys.
me and Leon, he's gonna take the left door and the right door that were on the side passages before we keep going forward.
Mhm.
And we're gonna just open them and investigate. See what's in them.
So,
That was
Who's
where
on which
dragons
door?
were.
I'm left.
okay. As you open the door on the left,
Right.
it easily opens, and in there you see a fairly decent sized room. It's about 30 feet wide, approximately, give or take a couple feet on each end for wall thickness. And it looks like it goes down for, you're guessing, beyond 60 feet.
Okay.
The ceiling height is about 20 foot tall, and it is littered with racks and racks and racks of weaponry.
I think this is the armory.
We found the Holy Grail.
Everything that you've seen here, as you're kind of looking at it, before you even really get too far into the room, and just look as you're looking, you're seeing it's like there's a whole wall of different kinds of swords, axes, pole arms, all, daggers, war hammers, all through on this side. You open up the right hand side.
Yeah.
You open that up. Armor.
Oh, hell yeah.
Same kind of size room.
Guys, I'm a
Armor
sorcerer. I'm
littering the
using
walls.
this.
I'm assuming they're all dwarven sized armor.
They are all dwarven.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I'm gonna real quick just, kind of
Peruse?
peruse. That's the one.
Okay.
In that room, just seeing if anything in particular catches my eye.
Is there anything in particular that would catch your eye?
Like any rapiers that look like they're really cool and awesome.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me an investigation check.
Rapier, is it enough?
Unless, are you trying to just glance?
Yeah, I just wanted to
Okay,
glance
just give me a
at-
perception check to see if anything you notice anything.
17.
Okay. You honestly don't see a ton of rapiers. You do find
Not really
a
a
section in the
dwarven style.
kind of
Yeah.
the swords where there are a few. They look very nice, but
They're just
looking
kinda
at that
mundane.
comparing to Bradamante, that's like,
Yeah.
An
Okay.
apple to a pit. Yeah.
yeah, it.
What did you find?
Armory.
Yeah. Treasury.
I suppose.
While they're doing that,
Yes,
I will go into the treasury.
you're gonna try to go into the treasury.
I will try.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
Just walking up to the
I
door.
assume open door, yeah.
Okay.
I'm hanging out with them.
If it's a door, I try to open it.
Okay. Athletics check.
Deal.
Can I help?
Yeah. Advantage.
Oh, that was already pretty good.
But I rolled a 19.
Well, I rolled a 16 for a 25.
That's better.
Yeah, look at the strong voice team.
That was my first roll too. So if you rolled your own, then it
Doesn't move.
doesn't move.
I'll go ahead and whisper to the resident thief. Why don't you try locking the pick? Or
You mean
picking
locking-
the lock?
Picking the lock?
Locking the pick and picking the lock.
The picks.
However it's said.
I had open the door.
Okay.
With the lock.
Thieves
thing.
tools check.
That's a +6. That's a 19.
19 total.
Yeah.
You attempt to pick the lock and it
You get like
Just
3
doesn't
of
seem
the
to work.
16 keys there.
As soon as me and I'm assuming while this is going down, I'll say, Leon, we still have the sword, right?
I do. Yeah.
All right, let's go and see if we can open up that next door.
Sword.
does not budge.
It just said treasure room, right?
Said treasury.
Can I
Treasury.
try the lock again?
Once you've tried it, you can't.
I assume
Do-
it would
The
get
DC goes up.
Yeah. I mean,
Eventually, you'll
Uh,
you
find
can
it.
try. I'll let you
figured I would
try.
one more time.
I'll let you
Percy,
try.
why don't
today.
you help Leon do it rather than you attempting again? Give yourself a break.
I'll allow that.
Okay.
All right, so this is what you do. You put the thing in the hole, and then you
He's
turn
done it
it.
I can tell you. She's like, I can tell you exactly what didn't work.
Okay, what check is that?
Lock pick.
Lock
Thieves.
picking.
So it'd just
Thieves
be
tools.
Dex plus
Dex plus
Yeah.
proficiency.
I-
Alright.
I'm pretty sure he's good at putting things in holes since he has a child on the way.
At least once.
And you do it once doesn't mean nothing.
It means he did it really well the first time.
Well,
Fair enough. He's a natural.
I don't know.
That's an unfortunate
What?
roll.
But yeah,
Total of
you look
11.
Is
You have
that with
advantage.
advantage?
Oh,
That was worse than mine.
Because she's helping.
13.
Brother in Christ.
Doesn't
Never
budge.
guy stay.
I'm just gonna revoke all the healing that I've given this session.
That's the first time he's ever like picked
How
a lock.
big is the lock
No.
on the door? Is it like sword size?
No,
I thought
it's
the sword would be
it's
like
a
a
lock.
key or something.
lock
He
size.
slams the
Put my ear
heavy
up to the
sword
door.
against it.
Sound like
breaks
a
it.
dragon.
Give me a perception check.
Wow, that worked great.
16.
Yeah.
Alright, we can turn around and go through the other door.
I would-
Away from forever ago.
I kind of want to see what's in the treasury.
Alright, well, apparently I'm not allowed to try it again, so I don't know
Well-
what to tell you.
I can.
Not that we're allowed to steal from them.
We're not to take anything anyway, but I am curious.
I'm assuming the door's made out of stone, like always.
Oh yeah.
Is there any like?
I mean, I could dimension door past it, probably.
Actually-
But then I would be stuck there.
You know what Can I see through the lock, Jason?
It's
no,
like pitch black.
keyhole.
It's not. It's
It's not a
all the way through kind of keyhole.
Okay.
It's like modern locks. I could look. Look
You
through
just
there.
see
You just see the
metal
internals.
inside.
You know.
Is there any crack in the door that I can see through, or is it perfect?
Oh,
I mean,
no.
we can
It's
make
dwarven.
Both
Of
this
course
door
there's
and the one behind you, it's almost like they were the
Maybe
rock
I'm gonna
itself. You
use
could
stone
barely
shape.
see the seams at all
Mhm.
until you got
This is
there,
what
and you
you
only
do
really
when
knew
you
the
come
outlines of the
in.
door because of
Stone shape.
the lintel going all the way around with the writing.
So I could go in, but I wouldn't be able to come out.
I would say let Persephone do it because you can just dimension board
Can I
door
blink
in and back out.
You can always try.
I'm gonna try.
So you're gonna cast blink.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll to see if you're ethereal.
Takes me 2 tries, but yes.
Okay, go ahead and attempt to walk through. Okay. Bonk.
I'm assuming they have
dwarves.
runes or magical enchantments on the door.
Alright, that was fun.
You have to spell magic. do
If
you
Blink
not?
doesn't work, I don't think Dimension Door is going to.
I do, but I don't know if the door is.
The last door
It's a
required.
DC 35 check or some shit.
The last door required a sword. Maybe this one requires some
It's a
form of
second
treasure.
sword.
It's about to be 8 for
I
your prescription.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I pull out gold from my pocket.
Okay.
And I go in like I'm gonna go put the gold in the treasury. I go to open the door with my gold and I'm gonna go put in the treasury.
Okay.
Alright, well I'm out of ideas.
It was worth a shot.
I'm not allowed to lockpick it anymore, I don't know. I knock on the door.
A little slot.
Beep, beep.
A skeleton of a
Nothing
dwarf
happens.
answers.
What's the password? Treasure.
Treasure.
Click, click, click. What a lucky guess.
I say those dwarven curse words again.
Okay.
Fuck.
They kind of echo in this little hallway because it's pretty big. Sounds cool.
Skeleton.
Percy!
Watch your fucking mouth.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth!
I'll just randomly do this. I have an idea. I'm gonna go to the armory and see if I can find a key that I would think that would fit this door. I'm assuming if they're gonna keep a key nearby, it would be in either the armory or the where they keep all the weapons.
Oh, is there a doormat on the floor? Is it just under
Both
the
would.
doormat?
It's just a welcome mat.
There's a rock in
Yeah,
the corner.
small
You pick
rock
it up
right next to
and it's false. No, how long you gonna spend looking? Let me just ask that.
Like 20 minutes.
You don't find it.
Can I try one more
21
time to pick the lock?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we should probably fully explore the rooms on either side of this hallway.
I go into bedroom number 1.
You mean the weapon racks?
No.
There's no bedroom.
There's no bedroom.
There's-
One's a
Oh,
weapon.
it's
if
back
you go
that,
out,
Yeah, it was back
then-
that other one that had the
So you're
bedroom.
gonna go to house number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up the stairs,
Mhm.
you get on the first level,
Mhm.
and you go to the first door there. Okay. Opens up just fine,
Cool.
and it looks like a pretty modest dwelling. You see what looks like
Little wall.
kind of a living
Just
room
hanging
area.
outside the door.
There is a hearth. You're not sure how it works, but there is, it's a fireplace there, and obviously there's somehow the chimney goes all the way through and eventually comes out the mountain somehow or something that you don't know how. But there's a fireplace there. There's a small room. There is some furniture in there that is. The wood is rotted so much that it's collapsed, most of it. The fabric and all that is rotted away completely, but you can tell it's probably some kind of comfy chair, maybe a little sofa or something like that, maybe some little end tables and stuff in there. There's an archway that leads what looks like into a back area that might be some kind of kitchen or storage, and then there's another little door going off towards another room. The door is open. You kind of glance over that way and you see what looks like a bed and all that, and there is a skeleton with clothes mostly rotted away laying on that bed.
I'll close the door.
And it's
Search
just
the skeleton.
fairly modest. There's a couple other random things in there. You see
Nothing
like
that
some old
screams
books.
this guy had the key to the treasury.
No. Some old books and stuff like that, but that's about it.
Alright, I'm done. Back to the door.
Yeah, no. So I wanted to actually go into like the armory and go all the way down.
Okay. So you go into the armory, you go all the way down the end, and it is about 100 foot long.
Mhm.
At the end of the armory, you see a set of stairs going up.
Okay.
Those stairs go up, and there's kind of an opening that allows that up to like a second floor or something like that up there.
Okay.
Do you go up?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get up onto the second floor, and on there, what you see is a hallway that goes from this end, and you're guessing that goes all the way to the other end of the where here's the armor and here's the weapons, like
Yeah.
they're like it might be connected.
Okay.
Okay. If you start following down that hallway, which I assume you do.
Yep.
Okay. You get to a point where you find kind of an odd alcove. It's in the middle of this hallway. There is a kind of it's almost like a carved out indentation in the hallway itself, where it goes in about 10 feet. It's about 10 feet wide, and then it's about 10 feet tall. It's about the height of the ceiling.
Okay.
It's just like an alcove. What you notice about it that is weird is there is some kind of metal rope or cable running down each side of it, right against the walls, kind of like through little cutouts on the edges of the stone.
Okay. I'm gonna call the rest of the group over.
Assuming we go
I
over
had
and we
to-
see what it is, I want to stay down and message back and forth to see if it's doing anything out here.
Okay. So there's like metal.
It's like it's
Ropes.
almost like metal rope or
Okay.
cables.
Chains.
I'm gonna try.
No, not
No.
chain, like cables.
Mm.
Like woven metal into rope.
Yeah, I'm gonna try moving the rope that's closest towards where the treasury would be up.
And then
Okay.
I'm
As you do that,
downstairs
And I
looking
help
at the
it.
door
Okay.
and stuff, yeah.
as you guys are doing that, anyone who is there, who is all with Leon right now?
I would be on the base level.
Okay, so you're down there where
Yeah,
Persephone is.
whatever.
Yes.
Are all three of you up with
Yeah.
Leon? Okay. I need dexterity saves from all of you.
Ew, deck saves.
Are y'all casually operating an elevator that you're on?
Very possibly.
Natural 20
24.
for 22.
18.
All right. Yep. It startles you at first, but you start moving up, and the ceiling's moving up with you, and the floor's coming up with you.
Oh.
And
I believe we're on an elevator.
a what?
A lift.
An elevator.
a lift.
An up-down machine.
A
So,
lift would probably be a better.
What do you do? It's moved some as you tried to move it.
I guess.
Keep pulling?
Yeah, keep going up.
Okay.
Do we notice any change on our end?
Already split.
You hear
Already split.
Yay, party split.
as they pull, but other than that, You don't
But
see
just
anything
scratch
happening.
chill.
I'm fine
I mean,
with
I'll
some of the
message, be
exciting
like, hey,
team this
nothing's
time.
happening on our end, see if they say anything back, but
Just going up. Yeah,
Yep.
message back and forth. Just going up.
alright. Let's let them do their thing.
Until message runs at a distance and we
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
it gets to a point where it does.
Well, he's got sending, it's fine.
Yeah. It
We're
gets,
with the equivalent of
it
flat
gets to a
reach
point where
right
it
now.
does as
You've made it all the way to Whiterun.
you're not exactly
We're going
sure
to
how
that
far
lift
up
that
you
takes
have
us up to the
traveled,
mountains.
but literally
we are.
it's not going super fast because it's all in the speed you're pulling, but it takes you a couple minutes.
Okay.
And eventually, as you pull up, you start to see there's now an opening on the behind you as you're pulling on the
Do, you see,
cable.
do we see light starting?
Well, no light.
No light
Okay.
into the tunnel.
But there's an opening behind you,
are
as you go,
hopeful,
and you
sir.
look,
Yes,
and
I am.
it is now a wide open space all the way across, probably about the same distance as all the way across both the weapons and armor rooms,
Mhm.
all that, but it's now one big room, and it has a ceiling height of probably about 30 feet tall.
Okay.
As you enter into this space, the things that catch your eye is there are freestanding, what look like iron of some kind, sconces and braziers kind of around this room. There are some pillars in here, decorative. Along the walls, you see the support rods for what probably were tapestries. You see maybe a couple scraps of the material left. And there is on the other end, straight across from you, about 30 feet away, what looks like a large stone throne.
Stone throne.
Oh,
And there is
Stone throne.
a skeleton sitting in it, a crown still upon his head, tattered robes,
How cool
kind
is
of
the
leaning
crown?
over onto one side of the throne, kind of
Nobody
propped up
gave
on
a
one
shit
side.
that
And give me a perception check.
Okay. 24.
guy. That one wasn't as good.
Okay.
14.
Still playing like rock.
Wait,
You
hold on.
definitely notice it.
Hold on.
dirty 20.
I
Okay.
might have done the number wrong.
Well, even if you didn't, Tomer notice.
26.
Yeah, so you both of you notice
was actually
around the skeleton's neck is a chain connected to a key. And the other thing you notice with that perception check too is behind the throne, it looks like it is open. The wall has it's like a cutout, and you can kind of see beyond. This obviously looks down into the forges.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
All right.
Forge key.
All right, so thank you all for watching. We hope you guys had a good time, and hopefully you'll join us on the 29th. Is going to be our next one, because again, sorry, but day job stuff. If you want to have us consistent every week, help us get popular so we can go full time. But thank you everyone for watching. Hope you had a good time, and we'll see you next time. Later, everybody.
Goodbye, friends.
Oh my god, stand up with legs.
At Totally Online Gaming Group, we're more than just a brand. We're all part of a greater community. And as much as we love creating content that you all enjoy, we cannot do that without your support. Every purchase you make goes beyond just owning a product. It supports us in our endeavors to grow and eventually go full-time so that we can dedicate ourselves to creating even more of the content you love. With our exclusive range of merchandise, from stickers to cell phone covers, mouse pads, and mugs, and of course, a wide variety of t-shirts. You can show your support proudly wherever you go. Just hop on over to www.toggdm.com and click on the Visit Store link to see and get your own official Totally Online Gaming Group merchandise. But it's not just about the merchandise. You can show your support in other ways too. Following our channel, subscribing, or visiting our official website, www.toggroleplay.com, and sharing it with your friends. We hope you'll continue to join us for our adventures and become part of the Totally Online Gaming Group family today.